90-degree day in Austin, Texas. More than 100,000 fans are on hand to watch the Longhorns host UCLA 1 week before they battle rival Oklahoma.
UCLA next week. OU going down, baby.
Rick Neuheisel and the Bruins arrive with a rejuvenated ground attack out of the pistol offense, led by quarterback Kevin Prince. But today, the Bruins will try to mess with Texas, the nation's best rushing defense, anchored by All-American candidate defensive end Sam Acho. Mac Brown's team is off to a 3-0 start, but today they need to focus on UCLA and not on next week's big rivalry game with the Sooners. To Darrell K. Royal Texas Memorial Stadium, where today the 7th-ranked Texas Longhorns play host to UCLA. Before the 61st consecutive sellout here, it dates back to 1998, the first year of the Mac Brown era. Hi, everybody, and welcome. I'm Sean McDonough, along with Matt Millen. Delighted to have you with us. We'll be joined in a moment by Heather Cox. 1997 was the last year of the John Mackovic era, in part because that was the last time UCLA came here, and they won 66-3. That was the worst loss in Texas history. But UCLA, a big underdog today, Matt. One of the things they're doing better this year is rushing the football.
Yeah, and that's one of their things that they wanted to get done at the start of the season. So they went to a new offense, the pistol offense, and so what they've done is they've gotten bigger and more physical up front, and then they turn and they want to get the running game going, and they've done that. And they're averaging over 200 yards a game, and really when you look at them, they're led by these two right here, Jonathan Franklin, Derek Coleman, the running game. But really, if you watch this offense against this Texas defense, they can run, but they have to have balance. So if you look at them, I really believe that the wild card is going to be this quarterback right here, Kevin Prince. If he can be consistent, it'll be a good game.
The last 2 years, they've been among the worst rushing teams in the country. Right now, averaging better than 200 yards per game on the ground. Today, they'll be facing the best rushing defense in the country. Texas giving up just 44 yards per game on the ground, but they have faced 3 spread offense teams that like to throw the ball around all over the place. Mac Brown says we haven't played anybody yet who's just going to line up and run it right at us. They'll get that challenge today against these UCLA Bruins. Sam Acho believes that that Texas defense is up to the task. Meanwhile, despite the 3-0 record, angst here locally about the Texas offense as the Longhorns take the field. They are just 72nd in the country in total offense.
Now, I hope you're sitting down at home, because when's the last time you can remember that Texas didn't have a big-time running game? I mean, they have always been able to run the football, and they're trying to find that right now. They have been throwing the ball for the last 8 years, but still, they've always had the runner they can get back to. Well, today they're going to have to try to run the ball and find some balance, and that really is going to be on the shoulders of a committee. The leader of that committee, little Fozzie Whitaker. Now, Whitaker, he's a water bug, and he's a tough little player. They'll be running three guys in and out of there, but Whitaker will be the main man.
Texas still getting ready to take the field. And the crowd ready to greet them. Here come the Longhorns. The Bruins and the Horns, the kickoff from Austin right after this.
We speak MPG. Sure, but do we speak hybrid? Yes, we do. And we can say over 700 miles on a single tank and 41 MPG city. And all the words stick because they're true. We speak the most fuel-efficient midsize sedan in America. Yes, we speak hybrid. And apparently, quite well. Fusion is now the 2010 Motor Trend Car of the Year. Get in and drive one.
The Delta Intuition 2-in-1 shower. Get water where you need it most. Another way Delta is more than just a shower. See what Delta can do.
Thank you for calling USA in Prime Credit. My name is Peggy.
What is problem, please?
Peggy? Sure. Well, suddenly it looks like I'm being charged
A $35 annual fee.
Yes?
Tell me it's a mistake.
Yes?
Are you saying yes? Are you asking yes?
Yes?
Peggy?
Peggy?
Want better customer service? Switch to Discover. Rank number one customer loyalty. It pays to Discover.
Call me Israel.
Moby Dick.
Searching for Moby Dick.
AT&T and BlackBerry have teamed up to evolve the smartphone. AT&T. Rethink possible.
You're watching ESPN College Football on ABC, presented by Buffalo Wild Wings.
Back in Austin, the 5th meeting all time between UCLA and Texas. The series tied at 2 apiece. UCLA has won the last 2, and as we mentioned, the last time they were here, Texas was ranked number 10 in the country at the time of that meeting. And Cade McNown threw 5 first-half touchdown passes on the way to a 38-0 halftime lead. It ended up a 66-3 win for the Bruins. Texas's season spiraled out of control, and John Makovic was dismissed at the end of the year. Down to the sidelines, here's Heather Cox.
Sean, with all the emphasis on the running game for both teams, no surprise that the story revolves around the running backs. Good news for UCLA, Derek Coleman does return. He started the first 2 games, but sat out last week with a concussion and a neck sprain. Now, Mac Brown admitted all 3 of his running backs limited with injuries. Cody Johnson with an ankle, Trey Newton a hip pointer, Fozzie Whitaker battling stingers. They practiced sparingly this week, did warm up, and are expected to give it a go today.
Thank you, Heather. UCLA won the toss and deferred, so the Bruins will kick off. Jeff Locke, who doubles as the punter, has a strong leg, kicks off for UCLA. DJ Monroe, Marquise Goodwin back deep. It's Monroe about 3 yards deep. The sophomore elected to take a knee. So the Horns will begin from their own 20, led by the sophomore from right here in Austin, Texas, Garrett Gilbert, completing nearly 61% of his passes this season. 3 interceptions. They were all last week in their win at Texas Tech. All 3 of them on balls that were deflected, 2 by the defense. One was a drop by one of his receivers that caromed into the hands of a Red Raider defender. They spent some time this week with Coach Greg Davis trying to avoid getting passes tipped. He comes out throwing as an open receiver in the far flat. It's Mike Davis. He's their leading receiver for the year, the true freshman out of Dallas, with his 14th catch of the season. Good for a 12-yard gain to start the day. Raheem Moore, the tackle. The Texas on offense, as we mentioned, you'll see the committee at running back, 3 wide receivers to start. Williams has been drop prone, and Barrett Matthews is the tight end. Gilbert, as they went quickly, throws to the near side to Malcolm Williams, who hung on to that one for his 9th catch of the year. And that's good for 11 more and another first down for Texas.
Well, of course, we say that Texas wants to come out and have some balance and wants to be able to establish the running game, so they come out and come out throwing. And I think they always are looking for balance down here, and they've been throwing the ball so much. The running game is what they want to get back to.
Of course, they had Colt McCoy, a 4-year starter quarterback who completed over 70% of his passes during his career. They wanted to throw it around. They did so with great success. Gilbert, a pretty good runner. That might be 3 plays and 3 first downs for Texas. He's out of bounds at the UCLA 46. On defense for UCLA, The front four of Chandler, Edison, Carter, and Holmes. The linebackers are Ayers, their best player on defense, with Larimore and Westgate. Now they go to the ground with Fozzie Whitaker. And he got 3 to the 43-yard line. Patrick Larimore made the tackle, first-year starter at middle linebacker.
And you look at this UCLA defense, the strength of their defense, really their linebackers, and then they have an excellent safety in Raheem Moore. Those backers are active, and I'll tell you, that number 10, Akeem Ayers, keep your eye on him. That guy is NFL ready right now. Here he is with his hand in the dirt.
Out of the gun with a blitz coming. Gilbert throws, caught by Malcolm Williams, but then he got buried at the 41-yard line. Terrific hit by Dalton Hilliard to back up safety.
Now they're getting the ball out and they're trying to throw back underneath the coverage. They do bring some pressure. This is just a nice break, and Hilliard keeps it all in front of him like you're supposed to, good and patient, and finishes with a good wrap tackle.
Sophomore out of Hawaii. 3rd and 5 now for Texas, opening possession of the game, 2 minutes in. Out of the gun. A lot of time for Gilbert. Takes the check down to Fozzie Whitaker, and he does not get the first down. Great tackle by Akeem Ayers, their All-American candidate, outside linebacker, junior from Los Angeles.
I mentioned, Sean, about him. You can take him, and he's, like I said, he's NFL ready right now. Runs well, has good size. He can put his hand in the dirt and rush the passer. He plays in space. Got all the tools, and they're going for it here on 4th down.
Matt Brown went for it on 4th down in his own end of the field last week against Texas. It's going to be a pooch punt by the quarterback Gilbert, and he didn't get a soft bounce. Landed at the 5, kicked into the end zone, and UCLA will get the ball at the 20. Mike Davis was down there but was unable to down it. So here come the Bruins, led by Kevin Prince, who'd really like to improve on that completion percentage, just 43.6%. And as a team, they're passing for just 100 yards per game. That's 118th in the country. Rick Neuheisel says they've spent a lot of time working on improving the running game and working on the pistol. And Prince also missed 3 weeks of preseason training camp with a partially torn oblique muscle. So he's just getting back into form as a thrower. Jonathan Franklin, the running back, and Prince will go out of the gun. Inside handoff. Franklin for 5. UCLA opened with a loss to K-State, lost to Stanford at home, and then beat Houston in the Rose Bowl last week. Franklin with good receivers, Rosario and Embry. The F-back is Morrell Presley. And it's an all-senior offensive line, but they're very inexperienced up front. All 50-year seniors, but not a lot of playing time prior to this year for that fivesome. Eddie Williams is a returning starter at right guard. Out of the pistol again. Modified shotgun with the quarterback a little bit closer to the line of scrimmage. And Franklin has the first down. 2 5-yard carries for Jonathan. Keenan Robinson made the stop for Texas. The Texas defense best in the country against the run, but they really haven't been tested on the ground. Jones, Randall, Higgins, and Acho. A talented but perhaps undersized front four. Sam's brother Emmanuel, the middle linebacker, with Ravonte Johnson and Robinson, who's their team's leading tackler, and an excellent secondary. Williams and Brown the corners, Gideon and Scott the safeties. Gideon has started all 31 games of his Texas career. Prince keeps it, and a good open field tackle by Keenan Robinson, the junior from Plano, Texas. Looked like a promising play for the Bruins when Prince kept it, but the open ground closed quickly, a 2-yard gain.
Yeah, nicely done by Keenan Robinson. Keep in mind, when anytime you're running any of these spread type of offenses, whether it's the shotgun or spread or the pistol or whatever name they give it, it's incumbent upon the defense to be good in open field tackling. They want to get you in space and make you defend space. That time Robinson closed the space quickly.
3 wide receivers now for Kevin Prince, sophomore from Los Angeles. Grew up a big UCLA fan. Avoided the rush, pulled it down, and slides to the 35-yard line for a gain of 3. with Kenny Vaccaro, an extra defensive back in hot pursuit.
If they're going to have any, they want consistency. Keep in mind, they've only been running this thing through the spring and the first 2 games. So they're kind of learning it themselves. They're not really like where they're going to be at the end of the season. Now, that being said, they need consistency from the quarterback and making the throws down the field. He needs help from his receivers to get open because this secondary for Texas is really good.
Rick Neuheisel, UCLA grad. 3rd year as head coach at his alma mater. And Prince has it knocked down. It's a loose ball. Knocked out by Sam Acho, and the Bruins get it back, but a big loss back to the 19-yard line. It was Corey Harkey, the tight end, who fell on it. But apparently it was not a forward pass, and it goes as a fumble and a 16-yard loss.
That's poorly done inside by the offensive line, and nicely done by Acho. Sam Acho, they're going to try to pick him up. They turned to protection. The back came inside. Acho just ran right past him. Not an overly big man in terms of playing the defensive line. He's about 260 pounds. They move him inside against the bigger people and let him use his movement. That time, perfection.
Jeff Locke, one of the best punters in the country. This is a low wobbler. Fielded on the bounce by Curtis Brown. Flags are down. He's down near the 40-yard line. Well covered by Andrew Abbott. 49-yard punt, 8-yard return. Jay Strickers is the referee. It's Pac-10 officials on the field and Big 12 officials in the replay booth today.
During the return, the illegal block in the back on the return team, number 4. 10-yard penalty from the end of the kick, first down.
Aaron Williams called for the illegal block. Texas ball in a scoreless game when we come back to Austin.
Charging bag fees is a crime. We wouldn't do it. We'll take you over to Skylon Gate. Show you the real messed up stuff. Look at these empty gates here. Bag fees scared them all away. Oh man, must be a really bad bag fee right there. I don't mean to brag, but Southwest Airlines, we're doing it right.
This is my first time to use it. Oh, that's pretty cool.
You just feed your check in, fit the money right in. No deposit slips.
No looking for an envelope.
I have an image of my check right here.
I can get a picture of the check on the receipt.
It even tells what kind of bills I put in.
Just put the bills right in.
It even did the math for me.
420s.
A 10.
Too fun.
$100. It's all right here.
I'm done. I'm out of here.
Quick and easy deposits with ATMs from Bank of America.
Okay, listen up. You want to know what it takes to have a big Built Ford Tough event? Well, you got to have these bad boys. Ford F-Series, America's #1 selling trucks, 33 years running. They haul more, they tow more, and do more than other trucks. And now, you save more. On F-150, get 0% financing for 60 months, plus another grand toward your trade-in on top of what it's worth. Talk about your payload. Hurry to the Built Ford Tough event before these bad boys are gone.
NFL Mobile only on Verizon and get live Thursday and Sunday night NFL games and NFL Red Zone. Now everything football is everywhere. Get the NFL with NFL Mobile. Rule the air. Verizon.
ABC premiere Tuesday at 8, 7 Central. One family will go from ordinary to extraordinary. ABC's No Ordinary Family. Series premiere Tuesday at 8, 7 Central on ABC.
College football in high definition is presented by Vizio.
Back in Austin, Texas. 90 degrees with the humidity at 52%. There is the chance of some precipitation here today. And that's the sign that greeted UCLA when the Bruins came out of their locker room. Joe Jamail Field is about 20 to 25 degrees hotter than the air temperature on this field turf surface. I think they might want to put that in the heads of the opponents as they take the field here. Of course, out in Southern California, beautiful temperate climate most of the year. Marquise Goodwin, sub 4.3 speed, but they ran him down. Raheem Moore stopped him for a gain of 1. Here's Heather Cox.
Sean, I've been told it's 90 degrees down here, and the turf temperature is about 110 right now. So a little local advantage. The Texas players wearing this Cool Max shirt. What it does is it takes ice cold water and blows cold air through the tube into these pockets, which get trapped in the pockets to keep the players cool.
Well, hopefully for them it'll work well today. James Kirkendall the catch, and he's a yard short of the first down at the 31-yard line, tackled by Tony Dye and Sheldon Price.
See those lines there, Sean? They'll connect. You come to the sideline, then they'll connect you up like Heather showed, and it tries to keep you cool. Let me tell you something. That is light years ahead of where we've been concerning your equipment.
So they're not doing keg stands down there.
Exactly.
Gilbert, a little bit of an option look. He elected to keep it, and he got a rock, but he got it to the 35 and a first down. Tackled by Glenn Love, a backup linebacker, converted safety. Still learning to play the linebacker position.
Oh, Garrett Gilbert. And Garrett Gilbert throws the ball well. He had Akeem Ayers in between, and once he committed to the pitch, he cut back inside. But Gilbert is a thrower and not a runner. And if you have a thrower, let him be a thrower.
He was good size, 6'4", 215 pounds. Son of a former pro quarterback, Gail Gilbert. Garrett had a nice pocket there, found his receiver. Mike Davis, the freshman. 49-yard line, first down. Gilbert 6 for 6. Raheem Moore made the tackle.
Sean, when Gilbert is on, his feet are good. This is really well done in the pocket. He has the time, nice protection. He's able to just step in stride. Nice completion.
They're going quickly today, back to the line of scrimmage and snapping the ball on this hot day, trying to keep UCLA from substituting. Fozzie Whitaker, a 3-yard gain. We talked about his dad with Garrett Gilbert yesterday. Gail Gilbert, 8 years in the NFL, mostly as a backup. Garrett gave his dad a friendly little poke. He said, I wanted to emulate my dad's throwing motion, but there wasn't a lot of film of him. He was mostly on the sidelines.
Guaranteed, Gail taught him a ton.
Marquise Goodwin, NCAA long jump champ, and again they bottle him up. Raheem Moore and Sheldon Price made the tackle. There's a look at the form of Gail Gilbert. Played for Seattle, Buffalo, and San Diego. And how about this? The only player in NFL history to be on 5 straight Super Bowl teams. He didn't play in many of them, didn't play in any of them, as far as we know, but he was on 5 straight Super Bowl teams with the Bills, their 4 in a row, followed by the Chargers in Super Bowl 29.
You know, I put the tape on the other day, and the very first play, I looked at Garrett Gilbert. He had the exact same form of his dad. I stopped it and pointed it out to everybody. It's amazing. The apple doesn't fall far from the tree.
And he's in trouble, and he lost the football while getting sacked. Knocked out by Akeem Ayers. Picked up by Cassius Marsh. True freshman all the way down to the 20-yard line. Big play by the UCLA defense. It was Ayers again creating the havoc, and Cassius Marsh with the biggest play of his brief college career, freshman from Simi Valley, California.
Well, we Akeem Ayers and being NFL ready, and he is. He has it all. He's great. That wasn't even close. He beat the left tackle on the first 2 steps. That play was over. Never had a chance to get out of his stance. Sack fumble, that's what you dream about. Ayers doesn't.
Marquise Goodwin made the tackle. 20-yard line. Great field position for the Bruins, and nothing doing on the run for Jonathan Franklin. Blake Gideon up from his safety spot. Help from Eddie Jones, the defensive end. Akeem Ayers, the only veteran in that front 7 of the defense for UCLA. Doug Bullis says he's by far their best defender in the front 7. They also have a great safety behind him in Raheem Moore.
Well, when you're getting get-off like that, those first 2 steps, Hicks, the tackle, 60, but he didn't even get out of his stance. Ayers was already to his top shoulder, and the play was going to be sacked.
Some trickeration. It's going to be a throwback to the quarterback, and it's too high for Prince. Nelson Rosario had Prince open in the flat on the near side of the field. The throw was a little bit too high. And Norm Chow into the bag of tricks early. The handoff first to Anthony Barr, and then the flip to Rosario.
And he can do this because he's not under center, and so he's in the shotgun. He can become an eligible receiver, and it was a good call. It was open. They were streaming from the inside. Prince had room to run.
You want to pull off a big upset on the road, you need to execute on those kind of plays when they are there. And now Prince is down back of the 30. Swarmed under by Jackson Jeffcoat and Sam Acho. Jeffcoat's a true freshman with tremendous talent.
And what he does is he's got great feel for a freshman, number 44. You see him out here. Again, he just goes right by. It's not even close. And that was a pretty darn poor effort right there by Joseph Faurier. Faurier never even got his hands on him, Sean. You got to be more aggressive than that.
Here comes one of the best kickers in the history of college football, Kai Forbath, the senior. Made 41 of his last 42 from inside of 50. This one's 49, and we jinxed him. He had made 41 in a row from inside of 50 yards before he missed one from 49 against Stanford. So 49 is not his distance. He's missed 2 of those now this year. Wide left, they can't capitalize on the big play by the defense.
Okay, listen up. You want to know what it takes to have a big built Ford tough event? Well, you got to have these bad boys. Ford F-Series, America's #1 selling trucks, 33 years running. They haul more, they tow more, and do more than other trucks. And now you save more. On F-150, get 0% financing for 60 months, plus another grand toward your trade-in on top of what it's worth. Talk about payload. Hurry to the Built Ford Tough event before these bad boys are gone.
We go to Olive Garden all the time. So sure, I already knew the salad and breadsticks were endless. But the other night, even the pasta was endless.
The never-ending pasta bowl with new sauces like our hearty Chianti 3-meat. Choose all the sauce and pasta combinations you want for just $8.95 at Olive Garden.
You have dreams for your children. Don't let times like these stand in the way of them. Protect your family with the gift of financial security, backed by the highest possible ratings for financial strength. New York Life, the company you keep.
ABC Premiere Tuesday.
You can't fly!
At 8/7 Central.
You can jump.
One family
You may be experiencing things that you don't understand.
will go from ordinary
It's not fair. High school is hard enough as it is.
to extraordinary.
You two are freaky.
You're doing a mile every 6 seconds. That was faster than that.
ABC's No Ordinary Family. Series premiere Tuesday at 8/7 Central. Part of the red carpet premieres on ABC.
ESPN's college football on ABC. Brought to you by Buffalo Wild Wings. You have to be here. Fusion, the 2010 Motor Trend Car of the Year. Get in and drive one. And New York Life Insurance Company.
We're back in one of America's great cities, Austin, Texas, the state capital, which is undergoing a $3.5 million restoration of the Capitol Dome and the House of Representatives chamber ceiling. The largest state capitol building in the United States. And these are two homegrown teams. More than 80% of the UCLA players are from California. 93% of the players on the Texas team are from Texas. A lot of these guys know each other. There's a lot of bragging rights about which state produces the most talent. Is it Texas, California, Florida, Ohio? They play in a lot of high school all-star games with and against each other, and it's meaningful to these guys to try to demonstrate which team, which state does play the best football. Right now there's no score in this one. DJ Monroe. Just his second carry of the year. Some of the locals with the ground game struggling have been encouraging Mac Brown and Greg Davis to get DJ the ball more often. That one's good for a 2-yard run.
He's going to be best out in space because he can fly. You talk about explosive plays. Every offense wants them. Monroe can do that, but he needs some space to operate in.
Again, quickly back to the line of scrimmage. Gilbert, after a good fake, the throw right on the money for a first down to John Childs. There is a flag down along the near sideline thrown in the defensive backfield.
Eric Gilbert's coming out hotter than a firecracker. Now he's 8 for 8. He's been spot on the whole time.
Offensive pass interference, number 4, blocking downfield. 15-yard penalty, previous spot, still first down.
That's a true freshman, Darius White, out of Fort Worth, still waiting for his first career catch. That is a big penalty. Instead of a first down near midfield, the walk-off is all the way back to the 18-yard line.
Well, he'll learn. You can't block until the ball's out there and caught. He's got a little overzealous, and that happens. Young guy playing in a big game in front of 100,000 people.
Second and 23, back at the 18-yard line. 3 wide receivers for Gilbert. The inside handoff to DJ Monroe. He got his fillings rattled at the 31-yard line by Dalton Hilliard and Tony Dye.
Well, they can create a little bit of space. That time they created vertical space by giving them a draw read, which gets your defensive lineman up the field. You part it and let him get upfield. Like I said, once this guy get into some open field, he can fly.
13-yard gain to make it a more manageable third down here with 3 minutes to go in a scoreless first quarter. 3rd and 10. Movement and contact right over the ball. David Carter came across.
Offside on the defense, number 85 by contact. 5 yards, third down.
He's another one of those 5th-year seniors who's a first-year starter for Rick Neuheisel. They have a number of those on this team. Seniors playing without a lot of previous experience.
Yeah, so they're an older group, but an inexperienced group. Generally, you have a 5th-year guy. He's played a bunch, and he's a guy you can rely on. They're making a lot of mistakes.
Now it's 3rd and 5 after 2nd and 23. Look out. Craig Smith the catch. Flag thrown just as he was chopped to the ground by Sheldon Price. It looked like he was positioned to really wallop him and went for the low tackle instead. There is a flag right in the middle of the field.
Well, lost in all that, Hakeem Ayers had another good pass rush on the top side.
Another offensive pass interference.
Pass interference on the offense. Number 5 went downfield and blocked.
Mac Brown gave it the old Bo Schembechler headset toss.
The Dye's going to take it, and what he's blocking, really what that is, that's just a pick.
Yeah.
That's a pick. You know what the coverage is. You try to just get a guy out in the flat and knock the defender off, and the officials are right on top of it.
UCLA declined the penalty, so it will likely be a Texas punt. Of course, these are Pac-10 officials. These could have been, in the not too distant future, the officials of Texas conference. A lot of talk during the summer about possibility of Texas, several other Big 12 teams joining an expanded Pac-10. Texas elected to stay. Colorado did depart to go to the expanded Pac-10 conference. Booming punt by John Gold, and a little too good. Taylor Embry let it bounce at the 10. A good decision. A 62-yard punt that'll come out to the 20-yard line. Kevin Prince back to work after this timeout.
You're watching ESPN College Football on ABC, presented by Buffalo Wild Wings.
Down by 7. Final play for Detroit.
Only thing that would make this any better is overtime.
They'll need a miracle to win this football game. Harris slot right, drops back. Hines takes the pass at the 30. With the seam! Wow! Can you believe it? One man to beat! We're headed to overtime! Buffalo Wild Wings. You have to be here.
Field goal for the win.
An accident doesn't have to slow you down. From new car replacement and guaranteed repairs to accident forgiveness, we do all we can to help you move on. Liberty Mutual Auto Insurance. Responsibility. What's your policy?
This fall, don't just get more out of your tires. Get more back from your tires. Because with Cooper's Take the Money and Ride National event, you'll not only get unbeatable performance, you'll get a rebate card by mail when you buy 4 qualifying Cooper tires. Cooper's Take the Money and Ride National event. Get your rebate form and all the terms and conditions at a participating Cooper tire dealer or at CooperTireRebates.com. Cooper Tires. Don't give up a thing.
The kids from Modern Family on the season premiere of Extreme Makeover Home Edition, ABC tomorrow.
I'll be here all afternoon updating you on games across the country, starting with this Taco Bell studio update.
Number 1 Alabama down 7-0 to number 10 Arkansas, but Mark Ingram, 54-yard touchdown run, presses the A button for a nice little stiff arm, and they are even in Fayetteville. Number 2 Ohio State up 17-0 on Eastern Michigan. Back to Sean.
All right, Robert, thank you. We look forward to your updates throughout the day. No score here after a 62-yard punt. Longest of his career for John Gold. UCLA begins at the 20-yard line. Prince handed it off, and the ball's out. And Sam Acho has it. Jonathan Franklin was the ball carrier, and the turnovers have killed UCLA through the first 3 games of this season. They're -5 in the turnover margin coming in, and now even today with this turnover.
Well, the handoff is clean. Just a nice hit both times. You have Aaron Williams and Keenan Robinson both making clean hits. The helmet right on the ball. It pops out of there. Sean, fumbling has been one of the big problems for UCLA, and it hasn't been at mesh points. It's been by ball carriers and strips.
Their 6th lost fumble, their 11th turnover. They're tied with Ohio University for the national lead now in turnovers. Fozzie Whitaker turned the corner. Went out of bounds inside the 15. Six-yard run for Foz Whitaker. That's the number starting the day. They entered with 10 turnovers, 1 behind the Bobcats of Ohio U, and now tied for a mark that no team wants to have. -5 in turnover margin coming in, was 112th in the country out of 120 FBS schools. Looked like the left end of the offensive line moved.
False start on the offense. 5-yard penalty. Second out.
Sean, rule number 1 in any sport is don't beat yourself. And as you get, Kyle Hicks is the guy who's flagged, but when you're turning the ball over, I mean, you just kill yourself. And Norm Chow, the offensive coordinator, has been around it a long time, and he's learning this system. But the one thing he knows is, regardless of what system you have in place, you can't beat yourself.
Whitaker, the running back, now on 2nd down and 9. They swing it to him, and he did not get back to the line of scrimmage. This UCLA defense has shown excellent speed, and it was Tony Dye, the safety, junior out of Corona, California, who the coaches say plays hard every play, every practice, every game. He made a nice play there to run Whitaker out of bounds.
They're active, and they can get at you. Tony Dye has good instincts as well, and it allows him to find the football. And the other guy on this defense is that Akeem Ayers, when we were talking about earlier, he has been bringing the heat the whole time. I've been keeping my eye, corner of my eye on him, and he's been bringing pressure the whole first quarter.
They didn't like the way they were lined up on defense, and they called a timeout.
First of all, anytime I say UCLA, I can't help it. I get this huge smile on my face and my eyes light up. I can just feel it.
UCLA is there to help you learn and grow. It wasn't about trying to, flunk everybody out. It's not like the whole university is a weeder program for real life.
When you're surrounded by people who are constantly striving to be the best, it only makes you that much better.
If you want to challenge yourself, UCLA is a great place to go. It's not going to be easy, but I guarantee it'll be worth it.
It's more than wins or losses, more than a game. It's a life lesson, a lesson in courage, a lesson in humility, a lesson in respect. Big 12 conference student athletes respect their opponents. They respect fans and officials. They respect the games they play. Respect. A word to live by for every athlete, for every fan, on every play, every day. The Big 12 Conference.
We're back live. The ball was snapped while we're still in commercial, and Gilbert threw an incomplete pass to the near sideline for James Kirkendall, but there was movement along the line of scrimmage, and UCLA was offside. It was Akeem Ayers. So Texas will get another shot at a third down conversion.
Mistakes again, beating yourself. Ayers tried to get the jump off that right defensive side, and of course he got flagged for it. Here he is again, right down here.
Third down and 5, Texas. No score. Last minute of the first quarter. He got off very quickly again, did Ayers. Man open, and it's over the head of James Kirkendall, who got behind Aaron Hester.
Ooh, that was 6. You can't miss that. Old Captain James T. Kirk is in the back. I mean, you can't miss that. Gilbert knows it.
They've been completing every pass. And
exactly.
Then the one that was the wide open touchdown, he missed on.
Yeah, he was 9 for 9 to that point. 9 for the 10th pass is going to drive him nuts because that's 6. James T. Kirkendall.
I wondered where you were going with that.
Sorry.
Not sure we should have circled back to it in all candor. 31-yard field goal attempt is good for Justin Tucker. He's 6 out of 8 this year. And Texas capitalizes on the fumble by Jonathan Franklin, and that's been a recurring problem. He fumbled 8 times last year, lost his starting spot to Derek Coleman because of the fumbles. Worked on it the entire offseason, but turns it over here today. And Rick Neuheisel is tired of giving Franklin this speech. Jonathan told us the entire spring semester he had to walk around the beautiful UCLA campus in Westwood carrying a football. And if anybody, his teammates, other fellow students, came by and ripped the ball out of his hands, even when he wasn't expecting it, he had to do 100 up downs. He said, I learned to hang on to the ball. Spent a lot of time in the weight room working on the strength in his hands and arms to try to tighten the grip. And even with all that attention, he still fumbled.
Well, because it comes down, there's one main rule in football holding the ball. There's 4 points of pressure, and so it's your hand and into the elbow, and then it's your forearm, and then your side, your side of your body. Those are the 4 points that have to maintain. And then if you get a hit right on the ball, there's no guarantee it's going to stay in there, but it gives you a better chance if you have all 4 points.
Franklin, a very likable young man who aspires one day to be the governor of California by age 40. After we visited him the other day, I wouldn't bet against him. Remember, Rick Neuheisel said, I wouldn't be shocked if it happened. He's a great team leader. Tucker's kickoff goes over the head of Josh Smith. And the Bruins will start at the 20 again. Tonight on ABC Saturday Night Football, a big ball game as Boise State looks to make another big statement with Kellen Moore and the 3rd-ranked Broncos hosting the Quiz Rogers and 24th-ranked Oregon State. One of the few really big tests left for Boise State. Saturday Night Football presented by Southwest Airlines tonight, 8 Eastern on ABC. Under a half minute to go in this first quarter. Prince handed it off. Jonathan Franklin held on to the ball that time at a good run. 7 yards on what might be the last play of this first quarter. Jared Norton, the backup linebacker, made the stop for Texas.
Well, it's time for UCLA, for their offensive line to assert themselves and use their big, they're bigger, more physical bodies against that smaller defensive front. It's time to do it.
-6 yards for UCLA in that first quarter. They're down 3-0.
Thanks to the Venture Card from Capital One, we get double miles on every purchase. So we earned an LA getaway twice as fast. We get double miles every time we use our card, no matter what we're buying. And since double miles add up quick, Roman, get up! We can bring the whole gang. It's hard to beat double miles.
Whoa. He's on the list.
But we're with him.
Get the Venture Card from Capital One and earn double miles on every purchase every day. Go to CapitalOne.com.
What's in your wallet?
This is Dr. Love! And this is Dr. Pepper Cherry. It's got a little kiss of cherry flavor. You want cherry? How about a little kiss? Cherry. Trust me, I'm a doctor.
Okay, listen up. You want to know what it takes to have a big built Ford Tough event? Well, you got to have these bad boys. Ford F-Series, America's #1 selling trucks, 33 years running. They haul more, they tow more, and do more than other trucks. And now you save more. On F-150, get 0% financing for 60 months, plus another $1,000 toward your trade-in on top of what it's worth. Talk about your payload. Hurry to the Built Ford Tough event before these bad boys are gone.
I'm a Wrangler guy. Always have been, always will be. I was wearing Wranglers long before I went pro, and I've stuck with them ever since. They just fit the way jeans should fit. Relaxed and comfortable. That's my Wrangler story. What's yours?
Wrangler 5-star premium denim jeans.
I gotta say, nothing beats Wrangler comfort.
For long-lasting comfort, the right choice is Wrangler.
Wrangler. Real, comfortable jeans.
Ladies, there's a new housewife in town.
ABC's Desperate Housewives. The showdown begins tomorrow at 9/8 Central after the 2-hour season premiere of Extreme Makeover Home Edition on ABC.
ABC's Detroit 187. All new Tuesday at 10/9 Central on ABC. What if your family possessed superpowers to run faster, jump higher, and solve more than ever before? ABC premiere Tuesday at 8/7 Central. One family will go from ordinary to extraordinary.
I liked us better when we were just dysfunctional.
ABC's No Ordinary Family. Series premiere Tuesday at 8/7 Central. Part of the red carpet premieres on ABC.
McDonough, Matt Millen, Heather Cox back at Darrell K. Royal Texas Memorial Stadium. Sold out, more than 100,000 on hand on a hot day. Texas leads UCLA 3-0 after a quarter. First play of the second quarter. Jonathan Franklin with 2 arms around that football. Short gain. They'll need 2 more for a first down with 3rd down upcoming. And now look at our Pacific Life game summary. Defensive struggle in the first quarter. Texas at 88 yards. UCLA -6. They had the costly turnover that led to the Texas field goal. UCLA missed the long field goal.
Sean, you cannot, if you're going to be one-dimensional this game, Texas will maul them. They haven't even attempted a pass with their quarterback. You cannot do that. He's got to have some balance in this offense, or they'll just commit 9 people to their front.
UCLA's thrown one pass by the wide receiver Nelson Rosario. Prince stood there for a long time, read the play, made the right read. First down and much more. Finally chopped down after he crossed the 40. They'll give him the 42, 13 yards. Kenny Vaccaro the tackle. First down, UCLA.
I want you to watch this read. First, right here, watch him. He's going to hold the ball out there. There's a reason for that. That's the cheese. You want them to bite on that cheese as much as you can. Jeff Coat actually did a pretty decent job. Needed to come down more flat down the line of scrimmage, but he'll hold the ball out there for everybody to see, like, here's the ball, come get it.
That's their longest play from scrimmage of the day. He's capable of going on long runs. He had a 68-yard touchdown run last year against Washington State. His first pass attempt is incomplete. Looking for Corey Harkey, the tight end, the son of the former Major League Baseball player Mike Harkey.
His pop would catch that ball. You know, that's the other thing. There's been a lot of drops. When he has had time to make the throws, his receivers have not always come through. And again, they've put the ball on the ground too many times.
On 2nd and 10. Prince did hand it off that time to Derek Coleman. Coleman was the starting running back in the first 2 games of the year, but suffered a concussion in their second game against Stanford. Did not play last week against Houston. Has been cleared to play this week, and that's a 2-yard run. Will be 3rd down and 8.
Bigger, more physical guy. It gives you a better inside running game. He's got some good toughness, but again, you've got to stay healthy.
Coleman stays in. Officially 3rd down and 9 now after a 1-yard gain by Coleman. 3 receivers for Prince. Design roll to the right. Option to run. Chooses that option. And is down short of a first down at the 49-yard line with Eddie Jones coming at him hard. Needed 9, got 6. Prince, who's been banged up throughout this entire year, a little slow to get up again.
Well, one of the things you're going to know is he's going to have to, that's a shot, but he's going to have to use his legs because his receivers right now, they're locking up man-to-man, Sean. They are not getting open. This Texas defense is taking away the receivers and giving him nothing to throw to.
Jeff locked a punt, kind of position on the field. A fake punt is more likely, but he's going to kick it. And a very high punt. Ooh, and the catch made.
Mistake.
Yeah, big mistake. Curtis Brown caught it and compounds the mistake by losing the ball. Caught it at the 4, fumbles at the 3. The Bruins say they have it, and they do.
We said it was a mistake, Sean. Here's the reason. Basic rule for all of football. In the punt inside the red zone, stick your heels on the 10-yard line. If it goes over your head, leave it alone. He stuck him on the 5 and tried to catch the ball. That ball is definitely out. It's slapped out, and that's a fumble all the way.
Sean Westgate knocked it out. He's been a terrific special teams player in recent years, become a starting linebacker this year because he just keeps making plays. Dalton Hilliard recovered it. Bad mistake by an experienced player, Curtis Brown, a senior. 1st and goal, Bruins. They did not capitalize on the first Texas turnover. Flag down. Ooh, what a hit. Jonathan Franklin got leveled by Kenny Vaccaro and Jared Norton. What's the flag all about? Thrown along the line of scrimmage on both ends of the line. 2 flags down.
Looks like it's on Texas, according to UCLA players.
Offside on the defense. Number 32 lined up in the neutral zone. Half the distance to goal. Still first down.
Will Muschamp, the defensive coordinator, on the right of your screen. Eddie Jones was offside.
Number 32. But that's a heck of a hit. I don't care who's offside. That's a nice shot right there by Norton.
Prince out of the pistol, 4.5 yards behind the center. Hands it off straight ahead. And Franklin better make sure he hangs on to the ball in that pile. He does. Devontae Johnson leading the host of Longhorn defenders who were there. And it'll be second and goal for UCLA. Early moments of the second quarter. Bruins a big underdog on the road, trying to take the lead against 7th-ranked Texas here in Austin.
Well, Will Muschamp, the defensive coordinator, is wondering how his defensive front would do against this bigger offensive line. They're handling them fine. They're coming off the ball really well.
Prince throws, caught, touchdown, Ricky Marfray. Just the second touchdown pass of the season for the Bruins. They have a sizable contingent who've made the trip here to Austin, delighting in the 6-3 lead.
Only his second pass of the first half, and nice call by Norm Chow, the offensive coordinator. They bring it off of play action, which you would expect after all the running they've been doing, and then allows that. Murray just does a good job of staying in front of the defender, letting him get his position and coming back to the ball.
Marfray has both touchdown receptions this year for UCLA. Kai Forbath the extra point. So the key to this game has been mistakes, turnovers. Brown made one there, and the Bruins punch it in.
It's positive.
Positive.
We're gonna have a baby.
Now, when I was a little boy, at the age of 5, I had something in my pocket. There's a lot of folks alive. Now I'm a man. We can have a lot of fun, man. I spell M.
We're gonna have a baby. Nissan Maxima, the 4-door sports car. Innovation for daddy.
We're gonna have a baby.
Innovation for all.
Breathe in, breathe out. As volatile as markets have been lately, having the security of a strong financial partner certainly lets you breathe easier. For more than 140 years, Pacific Life has helped millions of Americans build a secure financial future. Wouldn't it be nice to take a deep breath and relax? Ask a financial professional about Pacific Life, the power to help you succeed.
Let's throw down some style. Style that lasts a lifetime. What do you say we get the look we want, the softness we need, and an unbeatable lifetime stain warranty for whatever life throws at it? Then, let's save big on the installation. We're lowering the cost of going barefoot. More saving, more doing. That's the power of the Home Depot. Get exclusive Martha Stewart Living in Platinum Plus installed in your whole house for only $37.
Last Tuesday, the cops of Detroit 187 hit the streets, and over 13 million viewers found it arresting. ABC's Detroit 187, all new Tuesday at 10/9 Central on ABC.
Ricky Marfray, redshirt freshman from Victorville, California, the touchdown reception. UCLA has just 18 yards of offense, but they lead 7-3 as Texas has turned it over twice. All the points in this game, all 10 of them have come off turnovers. UCLA a fumble that led to a Texas field goal. And the fumbled punt return by Curtis Brown after he decided to catch it inside his own 5. Led to the UCLA score. Jeff Locke will kick off to DJ Monroe and Marquise Goodwin. This one is returnable for Monroe. He brought back 2 for touchdowns last season. Flagged down as he was tackled at the 22-yard line. Derek Coleman made the tackle. Their starting running back at the beginning of the year, Coleman, down there on kickoff coverage.
Personal foul, face mask on the kicking team, number 33. 15-yard penalty, first down.
Apparently Coleman tackled him by the face mask. Now bring the ball out to the 37-yard line. This was during the punt that Curtis Brown muffed. You'll remember that Prince got a hard hit right before UCLA punted. They were looking at his knee. He saw what happened on the scoreboard. He told the trainer, hey, I have to go back out there. We have the ball. He went out there and they scored. Garrett Gilbert under center. A blitz for UCLA and they sack him. Back at the 30-yard line. Keenan Graham, the freshman, they think is going to be a star. He's out of Las Vegas. Chuck Bull, the defensive coordinator, says he has great talent, just still learning how to play.
Well, they put his hand in the dirt a lot, but what he does is has great feel for rushing the passer. You saw it right there. They bowled it, and this was set up for him to come back inside, which they did. That guard has to pass that off and pick Graham, but he beat him to the punch.
Graham listed as a backup, but Coach Bullis said he's their second best pass rusher after Akeem Ayers. The handoff to the speedy DJ Monroe. And he almost took it the distance. Got tripped up from behind as he crossed midfield, or he was gone. Dalton Hilliard saved the touchdown, but it's a 23-yard gain, and the Longhorns are back across midfield.
And right away, he's going to bounce it to the outside. That's what he wants, space. That is a space player. You put him out there and just let him go because he is explosive.
Averaging nearly 13 yards per carry now. And they give it to him again. Found space in the middle and got 5 more. Down to the 42-yard line where Keenan Graham made the tackle. Under 10 minutes to go now in the half. And UCLA leads Texas 7-3. Fozzie Whitaker back in and running back. They keep it on the ground. He's down just across the 40. Tackled by Sean Westgate. One of those guys who's too small. They figured he'd just be a special teams guy throughout his career, but he got a chance to play linebacker, and he just keeps making plays.
He reminds me of Virginia Tech's Cody Grimm from a year ago. He's now playing with the Tampa Bay. This kid is a player. Excellent instincts, nose for the football, can run well, always around the ball.
3rd down and 3, and the pass is incomplete. Dropped by Barrett Matthews. Good coverage by Raheem Moore. And now Mack Brown has the decision to make. It looks like they're going to go for it on 4th down and 3.
Gilbert's right on it. He knows what he has. It's just a stick route, real simple. Just inside the easiest throw. Just got to make the catch. Ball's right there. Should have been a first.
Well, shades of last week for Texas. They won in Lubbock despite the fact they had 6 drop passes. They had 4 turnovers. They had 11 penalties. Didn't play particularly well enough to win against the Red Raiders. They're not playing well here today either. 4th down and 3 from the 40. Time for Gilbert. He'll need some run after the catch, and Matthews won't do it. Swarmed under, led by Tony Dye, and UCLA takes over on downs.
It looks like they were anticipating man. They were going to try to go with a pick. Dye plays it perfectly, holds his ground to the outside. They come with a bunch. They're going to try to run him to the inside out. You see how Dye passed it off and then came upfield. That's a big-time play. Really well done by Dye.
He's the son of a player's dad. Mark played at San Jose State, then played baseball in the Houston Astros organization. So excellent field position for the Bruins. Their own 41. 1st and 10. Derek Coleman, the running back. Managed to gain a hard-earned yard. Keenan Robinson, the tackle. Here's Robert Flores in our Times Square studio in New York.
All right, this studio update brought to you by New York Life. USC's Lane Kiffin, trying to become the first USC coach since 1951 to start his career 4-0, is up 28-13 at the half on Washington State. Number 10 Arkansas leading number 1 Alabama 10-7 early 2nd quarter. Back to beautiful Austin, Texas.
Indeed it is, Robert. One of our favorite places to visit. UCLA enjoying the trip right now as well as Derek Coleman's into the secondary. And down inside the Texas 40. Marked to the 38-yard line. Kenny Vaccaro chopped him down after a 19-yard run.
Yeah, this is just well done. Watch 77 Savage. He picks up the block right there and then does a nice job getting down the field. Ryan Taylor, 66. He's going to lead him through. Here comes the big man.
Couldn't quite get there fast enough. Taylor's the only Texan on this UCLA team. The center is a native of Denison, Texas. He also played junior college football here at Tyler,
UCLA,
Texas.
Timeout number 2.
Second timeout used by the Bruins. 8 minutes to go, first half.
The U.S. government may soon require brake override technology on all new cars and trucks. At Nissan, we think this is a good idea. So we did it. 6 years ago. Nissan. Innovation for safety. Innovation for all.
Always getting attention, but some of you still don't know quack about. So I'll serve it up. If you get sick or hurt, Aflac pays you cash fast to help pay for things major medical insurance doesn't, like rent, car payments, and groceries. Aflac! Get up, it's chicken.
Ladies, there's a new housewife in town.
ABC's Desperate Housewives. The showdown begins tomorrow at 9/8 Central after the 2-hour season premiere of Extreme Makeover Home Edition on ABC.
ESPN's college football on ABC. Brought to you by the Home Depot. More saving, more doing. That's the power of the Home Depot. Nissan, proud partner of the Heisman Trophy. And Bank of America.
Look good in those, Matt. 7-3 UCLA. Derek Coleman on the sidelines right now, but his 19-yard run has them in Texas field possession. And he's the backup today, but he was trying to help the guy ahead of him. Here's Coleman with Jonathan Franklin before the game, trying to remind the starting running back who's had fumble problems, hang on to the football.
Well, they're practicing those 4 points of pressure right there. And that's good stuff. You can see it right there. He's got all 4 of them.
It's Franklin back in there. His playing time's been reduced in this game since he fumbled. 2 hands on the ball again. They're trying to strip it. He hangs on and goes inside the 20. Kenny Vaccaro, another tackle. He's the safety who's been called upon with great regularity here in the first half for the Longhorn defense. They'll mark it at the 19. That's another 19-yard run for UCLA and a first down.
That's some strong running because he's running through tackle and he's taking some full hits. Brown's got to make that tackle right there. Does not. He just runs right through everything, and Vaccaro probably finally comes up with it.
Derek Coleman back in. Snap and a flag, which will wipe out the snap.
False start on the offense. Number 77. 5-yard penalty. Still first down.
That's old big Darius Savage inside, number 77. The left guard's big man, 340 pounds. First year he's playing, still making early mistakes, young guy mistakes. You can't do that. Big man. Good name. Gotta have a Savage in your line. That's what I always say.
Also on the track team at UCLA, a discus thrower, shot putter. On the delay, Derek Coleman, and they were ready for him. Loss of 2 more. Eddie Jones, defensive end on the stop, is among the national leaders in tackles for loss, 9th in the country, averaging 2 tackles for loss per game.
Eddie Jones, again, not a particularly big man, 260 pounds or so, plays with good leverage, comes off the ball really well, and that's where he wins his battles.
UCLA moving in reverse. 2nd and 17 from the Texas 26. Quick throw, and the catch made by Anthony Barr, and then he got his teeth rattled again by Kenny Vaccaro. That's the 5th tackle already for Vaccaro.
Well, this is a blitz. They're bringing a cat. It's a corner blitz off the side. Vaccaro, he's in man coverage on the outside, but let me tell you something. Vaccaro has been everywhere in this first half.
He's listed as the backup. And one safety spot behind Christian Scott. Good job by Barr, the true freshman, to hang on. On 3rd and 12, another design roll to the right for Prince. Nowhere to throw it. Runs out of bounds near the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, nowhere to throw it, Sean, because very well covered by the secondary of Texas. The Longhorns are all over him. This time, they're just going to play a little bit of matchup zone. By that, I mean anytime you're in your zone, you take the man who's there. And you can see no place to go with that ball. And then he steps out of bounds. You'll see an official take his hat off. So that would have ruled him ineligible, forces Prince to have to run.
Kai Forbath, second try of the day, had a rare miss from 49 yards. Going the other direction, this is a 39-yarder from the right hash mark. And that's more like the Kai Forbath Bruins fans are accustomed to seeing. His 77th career field goal. Now 10 away from the all-time NCAA record, held by Billy Bennett of Georgia.
You're watching ESPN College Football on ABC, presented by Buffalo Wild Wings.
As you rebuild your financial future, there may be times you could use a hand. But with 130 years of experience, the principal has the retirement, investment, and insurance solutions to help lighten your load. We even created a website full of ideas to help you and your financial advisor plan a better way forward. Visit AmericaRebuilds.com or ask your advisor about rebuilding with the principal.
Like an angel, walk like an angel, talk like an angel, but I got wise. You're the devil in disguise.
We put it through over 5,000 quality tests, so it'll stand up to just about anything. The Nissan Altima. Innovation that lasts. Innovation for all.
Series premiere Tuesday, part of the red carpet premieres on ABC.
Time for today's Aflac trivia question. Mack Brown has 131 wins here at Texas. He's one of 8 active FBS coaches with 100 or more wins at his current school. We want to know the other 7. Can you name them?
I only know one of them.
You played for one of them. I think one of them is pretty easy. I think a couple of them are pretty easy. Joe Paterno is obviously a layup. With almost 400 wins at Penn State now. UCLA leads this one 10-3. 5.5 minutes to go till halftime. And Jeff Locke kicks off. DJ Monroe from the 4. He's out to the 30-yard line. Derek Coleman, another tackle. Well, the last time UCLA came here, they were a big underdog, but Cade McDown had a huge day. 5 touchdown passes in the first half alone. They led 38-0 at the half over number 10 Texas. Defense forced 8 turnovers, including Damian Allen's interception for a late TD. It's really the beginning of the end of the John Makovic era. He left at the end of that season. Bob Toledo, a big win. Worst loss ever in this stadium for Texas. And in some ways, as the local paper pointed out today, it was a good thing for Texas because it brought about the beginning of the Mack Brown era. And they've had tremendous success, obviously, since Mack got here. 9 wins or more in all 12 of his seasons. This is his 13th year. DJ Monroe tackled by Patrick Larimore. Matter of fact, they've had 10 wins or more 9 straight years. Had the 2005 national championship engineered by Vince Young. Couple of the Big 12 titles. And trouble. The ball just dropped by DJ Monroe. The 3rd Texas turnover of the game. Justin Edison might have helped knock it out, and Patrick Larimore picked it up.
Well, that was in the mesh. That was right in the handoff. Monroe never really got the ball, and the ball's on the ground. You're going to watch it right here. Here's the mesh. Ball's out there. He misses him. He just misses him. He never holds on to the thing.
Then Edison wrapped up Monroe to make sure he couldn't get it. And it was on the ground. Larimore did. So another Texas turnover. Line of scrimmage, the 33 of Texas for Jonathan Franklin. Lunges forward for a yard. Dustin Ernest held on. We mentioned they did not play well last week at Texas Tech and pulled away in the second half. It was a 14-14 game. The Longhorns won by 10. But if you keep playing like that, sooner or later you're going to lose.
Oh, absolutely. And the thing is, Sean, you can't play. How should I put this? You can't play to not. You have to play to win. You can't play to not lose. Both these teams right now are really conservative. Rick Neuheisel apparently doesn't really trust his quarterback. That's only the 3rd or 4th pass he's attempted all game long.
Anthony Barr, the intended receiver, went through his hands. But you can understand why they're doing it. You know, they're having some effectiveness with their running game. Not a lot. They only have 62 yards of offense. But you're ahead. You have things going your way. You want to avoid the crucial mistake that could turn it back the other direction. Well, I agree with you. Both teams could open it up a little bit.
Well, Coach Neuheisel knows he has to come. He's on the road in a tough place with a young team. He's going to try to control the ball, run the clock down. He's staying with that. But there's times you're just going to have to let your quarterback do some things like right here.
Prince throws it away. He was running out of time, pressured by Emmanuel Acho.
And the other
they
thing,
gain 1 yard after the fumble recovery. They'll rely on their great field goal kicker again.
What he also knows is that his matchups with his receivers, with that secondary, is not a good matchup. Because Texas, they are really doing a great job of covering receivers down the field and getting pressure.
Well, you asked Norm Chow the other day, who are your playmakers on offense? He said, I'm not really sure we have any right now.
And Norm's been around it a long time, and he knows a playmaker when he sees one.
Well, this has not been the good number for Forbath. 49-yarder missed from this distance earlier. Missed one earlier this year against Stanford from this distance, but that's right on the money. And it is 13-3 UCLA. Second made field goal of the day for the senior, Kai Forbath.
It's another perfect day out here today.
Can I get you anything else?
We gotta get back to work.
On the move. We even saw a kid taking a bath in a water fountain. Whoop, I spoke too soon. This just in. A freak storm is blowing into the area. We're going to be experiencing hurricane-force winds and dense fog, followed by sheets of driving rain. Stay inside, hunker down, grab a beer. This is going to be a long one.
Buffalo Wild Wings. You have to be here.
We're receiving reports of hail the size of... Oh, boy.
Honestly, you are exactly who we want for this position.
That's great news. Thank you. I'm sorry. My wife and I, we have an alert for each time we pay a checking fee. Reminds us where our money's going, though.
Touch the ball.
Get rid of checking fees. Get Electric Orange checking from ING Direct. No, you're not rich enough fees. No fee of the month fees. Because we don't like fees.
Better?
Better.
The only reason you got me was for football. But for today's game, I'm a little fuzzy. So you tried to fix me. But you just made me loose. Newsflash. If you have cut rate insurance, you might not be covered for this. So get Allstate and protect your house and car from mayhem like me.
Dollar for dollar, nobody protects you from mayhem like Allstate.
We're back in steamy Austin, Texas. UCLA and Rick Neuheisel leading the 7th-ranked Longhorns on their home field, 13-3. Texas has been mistake-prone. And the crowd trying to get itself back into the game. Here's Jeff Locke to kick off. Sophomore with a big leg, spins it down about a yard deep into the end zone. DJ Monroe. Good return to the 32. Tackled again by Derek Coleman, his 3rd straight tackle on kickoff coverage. But the mistakes have been costly for the Longhorns.
Well, Ayers picks up the sack on the first one. That's the first fumble. And then Brown on a punt return. It gets knocked out by Westgate for the second fumble. And then the mesh problem. 3 turnovers, lead to scores. That's been the problem right here for this Texas Longhorn team.
10 of the 13 points off turnovers. The other 3 points after a 4th down stand by UCLA when Mac Brown went for it, 4th and 3 in UCLA territory. Swung out to Mike Davis, the true freshman, taken down from behind at the 48 yards on the play. Here's Heather Cox.
Sean, no surprise that Mac Brown in this Texas sideline, very frustrated. Ironically, Mac Brown told us yesterday most close college games are lost and not won, and he preached that to his team. He's 71-0 when they win the turnover battle and have more explosive plays. Already 3 turnovers this week, 4 last week after not having any the first 2 weeks.
They come out throwing here. Marquise Goodwin the catch. They define explosive plays as runs of 12 yards or more, passes of 16 yards or more. And when they have more of those and fewer turnovers, they have not lost under Mac Brown by his numbers, and we trust him. 71-0.
You know, Sean, when they look most comfortable right now. They've had, it looks like Gilbert is most comfortable throwing the football.
Throws it again to Marquise Goodwin.
They're throwing it underneath.
6-yard completion. That's good for only 1.
Yeah, they're throwing it underneath here. They're going to take their time, methodically work down the field, but at one point he's going to take a shot.
All 3 timeouts left for Texas and plenty of time here. 2:45 the clock running in the first half. 2nd and 9. The Horns at their own 47. Garrett Gilbert out of the shotgun. 5 receivers across the formation. Good pocket. Interception. 4th turnover for Texas. Akeem Ayers brought it back to the 41-yard line.
Oh, did I mention to you that this guy is NFL ready? Yeah, he can rush the passer. He has great feel also when he's dropping. This is just really well done. They're rushing 3, and then here's Ayers. And he's going to drop right to the middle of that defense and then read the eyes of the quarterback. Watch him. He's just sitting. He's eyeballing. Now he makes his break. Really well done. Akeem Ayers. Watch his eyes. He's looking at the quarterback. Just eyeballing him the whole way. That's not well done by Gilbert. Really well done by Ayers.
Second interception of the year. Sack and a total of 4 tackles today for Ayers. Straight ahead, Derek Coleman, and he powers down to the 36-yard line. And Ayers, when he gets his hands on the ball, knows what to do with it. Last year, he scored 3 touchdowns on defense, brought back 2 interceptions and a fumble return for scores.
Well, he's fun to watch. I mean, he's very versatile, can do a lot of things. Excellent instincts. He has the things you can't teach, and he also does the things you can teach well. Good coach, well coached.
And UCLA turned it into a touchdown. They're already in Forbath field goal range and getting closer. Powerful run by Coleman, all the way down to the 23-yard line. Kenny Vaccaro called upon to make another stop from his safety spot. 13 yards on the run for Derek Coleman.
Well, this is the guy we were talking about at the top of the show. They're going to get their power back, and he just runs right through Blake Gideon, who's a good hitter. But watch him. I want you to watch at the end of the run how he lowers his pad. Lowers it right there. See how he lowers the pad level? Runs right through it. That's really well done.
One timeout left for the Bruins, but with this field position, plenty of time. 1:20 to go in the half. Coleman keeps those legs driving. Out to the 21-yard line. Jared Norton to stop.
This game is going exactly the way Coach Neuheisel would want it to go, just in terms of pounding the ball, and then as the game goes on, hopefully those big bodies in that offensive line wears down that smaller defensive front. And you bring Coleman in with his power, and he'll keep on bringing the hammer.
A breather now for Derek Coleman. Jonathan Franklin, the running back. Corner blitz. Prince lost the ball as Aaron Williams got to him, and Texas has it back. Emmanuel Acho recovered, but it was Aaron Williams coming from the blind side of Prince. Well-timed blitz dialed up by Will Muschamp.
But not great awareness by the quarterback. He's got to be able to see this. You can see Williams here on the outside, the quarterback's eyes. He should be picking that up. You have to have great awareness. And then Jones does a good job of occupying the outside man right here. So he occupies him and gives the short corner, and Williams finishes it off. That's good team defense.
Second UCLA turnover. Only 35 seconds left for Texas. And you might expect only the remaining time left. They'll be conservative. Fozzie Whitaker took the handoff. The fans are starting to boo. Interesting that Texas is going to use a timeout after that play, because that play wouldn't indicate they were really trying to score here. Time to answer today's Aflac trivia question. Mac Brown, one of 8 active FBS coaches who've won 100 games or more at his current school. Can you name the other 7? Well, we gave you Joe Paterno. That was obvious. The inventor of the pistol, which UCLA's used very well this year. Chris Ault up at Nevada. He's a Hall of Fame coach. Frank Beamer, of course. Larry Blakeney, some might not know about what a great job he's done at Troy. Bill Snyder, back for his second stint at K-State. Mac, Bob Stoops, and Pat Hill. Another guy who probably doesn't get enough credit for the coaching job he's done at Fresno State. 102.
A lot of wins up there. A lot of good coaching, too.
Jim Tressel, obviously gaining on that list. Kirk Ferentz, I think, will be there sometime soon at Iowa. And there are others who are gaining on it.
I'll tell you, the guy who's excellent is Peterson up at Boise.
Yes, he stays there.
Really good. I tell you, there's another good coach. A couple good ones. The young one at Temple right now, and Al Golden.
Gilbert, after the timeout, had to sidestep the rush.
There's the shot.
Launches one. The receiver goes down, and they do throw the flag. Looked like feet got tangled. But Aaron Hester's going to get called for the pass interference on Mike Davis. Of course, in the college game, it'll be walked off from the line of scrimmage.
Pass interference on the defense. Number 21, 15-yard penalty. Automatic first down.
And of course now Mike Davis, you can see him right there. He's hobbling off the field a little bit, and he did. He just caught up with the feet. Now he had a better throw. If he throws this If he throws this and leads him a little more and run under it, that thing had a chance to be big because he had some space between he and the defender.
True freshman Davis limps off. He's their leading receiver for the season. One of 12 true freshmen to play for Texas this year. Mack Brown always plays a lot of true freshmen. Gilbert a lot of time again. Time running out in the half. Finally throws it away. And there's a cheap shot and a flag thrown. Totally unnecessary by Aaron Hester. Penalized 2 plays in a row as he just laid out James Kirkendall as the ball was sailing to the sideline.
And I'll defend him right here just a little bit because he made his break.
Play, personal foul on the defense, number 21. 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
Now, Aaron Hester made his break. He had the read off the quarterback, and then he made his break. Didn't really know where the ball was going to be. It was uncatchable over the top of his head. See, he's already down. It's just one of those things that happens in football.
At the 40-yard line now a great chance for Texas. Gilbert given time again, very near the line of scrimmage, finally throws it away with 5 seconds left in the half. Tucker has a long leg. He's made a 51-yard field goal. This would be deeper than that. This would be about 57 from here.
Well, one of the things that Texas knows right now is somebody they have to block, and that's Key Maris, because they put 2 guys on him and made sure he was not getting any pressure whatsoever.
A timeout called by Mack Brown. They're trying to figure out what they're going to do with 5 seconds left. Tucker has a very strong leg. Tomorrow afternoon on ESPN, the chase for NASCAR Sprint Cup continues. Overall points leader Denny Hamlin, a big Virginia Tech football fan, by the way, tries to pull away from the rest of the field, but Kevin Harvick and Kyle Busch are right on his heels. It's the chase for the NASCAR Sprint Cup at Dover tomorrow at 1 Eastern on ESPN. Clint Boyer won last week, and then he got penalized 150 points because his car didn't meet post-race specifications. He said, oh, it was less than the thickness of a quarter, but Denny Hamlin said, that's a lot of baloney. Those guys have been warned. They should know better. They're lucky they're even in the chase. So it'll be interesting to see if Hamlin and Boyer get near each other in this race at Dover tomorrow at 1 on ESPN. A lot of drama in that chase. Well, they're not going to try the field goal here. They do have a timeout left.
Yeah, he can still get a 5-yard pass and give himself another 5 yards, and they've backed off on the top. They backed off when they come out, and so you can get yourself 5 yards more and give your kicker a chance to make that.
And 5 yards might be the difference between a made field goal and a miss. And Mack Brown has to be very frustrated. They'd played 3 games coming in against teams that spread it out and throw it. Rice, Wyoming last week at Texas Tech. So people still weren't really sure how good they are, particularly the offense. And the offense has been brutal again today.
Now, they've killed themselves. I mean, they've just now, let's not take anything away from what UCLA is doing, but they're turning the ball over, number one. They've been underwhelming on offense. To me, it's just they look like they're out of sync. And they're going to have to get in sync here pretty quick.
Sun shining brightly now on this very hot day.
You can get 5 yards in the top of the quick throw. It's too late.
He's going for the deep ball instead. Has 3 receivers down there, and it's batted away. Just as the defenders are taught in that situation. Sheldon Price, the sophomore, knocks it down. And then the gun seemed to catch him off guard. 6 turnovers in the first half, 4 of them by Texas. Defenses did a good job covering up the mistakes by the offense. Here's Heather.
Sean, thank you, Coach. Yesterday you told us it's your belief that college games are lost and not won. How do you better limit mistakes in the second half?
Well, we've got to relax and play better. We've had 4 turnovers, a missed 4th down and 2, and then the kicking game's had a turnover. So we've actually had 6 turnovers to 2 in the ball game. They're not moving the ball, but offensively we're moving it, but we're killing ourselves. And you just can't do that. You can't win football games and make that many mistakes. So what we've got to do as coaches is do a better job picking them up, getting more confidence, getting them flowing here in the second half, because we've got to stop UCLA because they get the ball to start the second half.
Mac, we'll let you get to it. Thank you.
Well, given all the mistakes, they're down by only 10 on their home field. Rick Neuheisel and the Bruins lead number 7 Texas 13-3. Coming up, stay tuned for complete halftime report right after these messages.
You're watching ESPN College Football on ABC, presented by Buffalo Wild Wings.
We're back in Austin, Texas at the half on a sweltering day with a temperature in the 90s. UCLA leads number 7 Texas 13-3, despite the fact that the Bruins had just 77 yards of offense in that first half and 6 yards passing. They took advantage of 4 Texas turnovers. The defense also had a stop on a Texas 4th down attempt. And Matt, what do you look for in the second half?
Well, Texas is going to have to find a playmaker, because the first half they did not show that. They also showed that they were more comfortable when they're spreading the ball out and throwing it. And then Akeem Ayers has been a one-man show in the first half for UCLA. They have to find a way to get him blocked, because he's a stud.
UCLA will get the ball to begin the second half. Justin Tucker had the ball fall off the tee. Raheem Moore and Derek Coleman are back deep. I checked that Josh Smith and Derek Coleman. They have 2 number 3s. It's Smith who's back there, and neither one of them has a chance. It'll come out to the 20. Look at our Pacific Life game summary. It was a messy, ugly, sloppy first half, and this was the biggest error in them all. Curtis Brown fielding the punt inside the 5 and compounding the error by fumbling. A touchdown pass from Prince to Ricky Marvray, which was the only touchdown in this game. And you mentioned Akeem Ayers. What a half he had.
What a year he's having. He'll be playing at a stadium near you next year. That kid on Sundays. He's a heck of a player.
Or 2 years from now, the Bruin fans hope. He's just a junior. Morrell Presley, the catch. And they come out throwing, adding to that 6 yards of passing in the first half. They've matched that with a 6-yard gain on the first play from scrimmage of the second half.
And one thing that we talked about in the first half is Coach Rick Neuheisel. He wanted to kind of limit his passing game for a couple of reasons. Number one, I think he was getting beat to the punch on the pass rush. 2, I think the secondary of Texas is handling the receivers for UCLA, and I'm not really sure where he's at with Kevin Prince in terms of just turning the game over to him.
Prince 3 out of 6 passing now for 12 yards. Jonathan Franklin straight ahead for the first down. Out to the 33-yard line. 7-yard gain for Franklin, sophomore from Los Angeles. The TV star before he got to UCLA. He was part of the TV program on the BET network, Baldwin Hills. Welcome those of you who've been watching the Wake Forest Florida State game. Some bad weather causing problems there, so we welcome you to Austin, Texas. A surprise here so far. UCLA, the opening minute of the second half, leading Texas 13-3. Jonathan Franklin carries for another 3 yards. Eddie Jones made the tackle. That Baldwin Hills program is pretty interesting. They follow around young people in areas of low income, and Jonathan Franklin's from South Central LA, and they follow him around because he was a role model. He said he wanted to be the bright light in the community to show you could go to school, get an education, and go on to college. He's a man of deep faith. Mom made him audition for it. He was glad he did it. Spent about 6 months on that TV program.
Well, he's a bright light here, Sean.
And he is into the secondary, spinning off another tackle inside the 30.
They are gaining yards on the inside versus that Texas defense. Again, it's the big bodies, and they're running right inside. Here comes the pistol. Everybody just get on a man, and then Franklin does a great job of finding the space to get to. Nice move and finishes the run. But if you look at that offensive line, it's not like they're blowing people off the ball, but it's assignment football. Everybody on a man, and then you give just enough of a crack for Franklin to make something happen.
35-yard gain, 85 yards rushing off a career-high 158 last week in their home win over Houston. Derek Coleman gives Franklin a breather and gets him down to the 25. Here's Heather Cox.
Sean, Rick Neuheisel certainly focusing on the positive. Instead of worrying about the points they left on the field, he is focusing on the fact that they're playing the 7th-ranked team in the nation and they're winning at halftime. He told his players, don't hope that good things happen, make good things happen. Optimism abounds in the UCLA locker room.
Well, he told us Thursday night we need to catch a break or two, force some turnovers. And they've had both of those things happen. 4 Texas turnovers. UCLA's coughed it up twice. Derek Coleman running room on the outside. Another first down inside the 20 and pulled down at the 17-yard line by Kenny Vaccaro.
Well, nicely done by Sean Scheller, the left tackle. He sees the corner coming off the edge and he gets him picked up and allows that space to be made, and he's able to take advantage of it. You're going to watch Scheller come out here, right here, boom. Just gets enough of him to be able to create the space, and then Savage on the inside does a nice job. And like I said, it's always good to have a Savage in the offensive line.
Well, Scheller's been in their program since '06, had played in only 3 games prior to this year. Good fake by Prince, and he's out of bounds inside the 11, chased out by Blake Gideon. But they're getting it in big chunks now after only 77 yards of offense in the first half. They're hoping for an 80-yard drive to begin this second half. They have it 2nd and short inside the 11.
Now there's a nice fake, and he bites on the inside, and then Prince just takes it off. It's all based off the cheese that we talked about. They show that ball. They want you to bite on that.
63 yards rushing on this drive. 2nd and 3. It's Franklin inside the 5. Touchdown UCLA.
Nicely blocked up front, and then Franklin runs through another tackle. Sean, this offense is starting to get some confidence, and confidence is the greatest ally any team can ever have.
And you can hear and feel the concern here at Darrell K. Royal Texas Memorial Stadium. UCLA an extra point away from a 17-point lead against the Texas team that has a sputtering offense. Kai Forbeth the extra point. An 11-yard touchdown run by the sophomore Jonathan Franklin. They go 80 yards in 8 plays. All but 6 of those yards came on the ground.
The new spicy chicken sandwich, now at Chick-fil-A.
With Capital One's Venture Card, we get double miles on every purchase. So we earned a trip to the Grand Canyon twice as fast. We get double miles every time we use our card.
I'll take these.
No matter what we're buying.
Plus the damages.
And since double miles add up quick, we can bring the whole gang. It's hard to beat double miles.
No, we write them.
Get the Venture Card from Capital One and earn double miles on every purchase every day. Go to CapitalOne.com.
What's in your wallet? Oh, that's the spot.
ABC Premiere Tuesday.
Toss the rock with Dad?
New powers. Instructions not included. ABC's No Ordinary Family. Series premiere Tuesday, 8/7 Central on ABC.
College football in high definition is presented by Vizio.
Jonathan Franklin's touchdown runs given UCLA a 17-point lead after they came off the field. Hugs for the offensive lineman who did a great job on that drive. And a 16-game home winning streak for Texas very much in jeopardy now. It's the 5th longest home winning streak in the country.
Franklin knows where his bread's being buttered. I'll tell you, that left side did a great job.
Jeff Locke, booming kickoff, tumbling into the middle of the end zone. And it's down by Marquise Goodwin. Terrific drive by the Bruins. Here's a look at today's Chick-fil-A drive recap. They threw for 6 yards on the first play, and all the rest of it, 74 yards, was on the ground. Much of it in big chunks.
And they did it with that offensive line, just getting those big bodies on the defenders. There's Savage, 77. Here comes Coleman right at you. And then it's just, again, they go a little bit of play action. They put the ball out. But it's just big bodies, Sean, and they're just wearing down at Texas front. Remember, they were leading the country against the rush. They got 145, 150 yards on them right now.
Texas have been giving up 44 yards per game on the ground, but they played 3 pass-happy teams. Really wasn't a test of their run defense. Fozzie Whitaker the carry, Patrick Larimore the tackle on a lost helmet.
Ooh, I like that kid. He's just a sophomore, but you could see now he doesn't quite know, quite believe his eyes yet sometimes in some of his reads. But this kid right here, Larimore, he's going to be a big-time player. Big body kid. He runs well and finds the football.
Chuck Bullis said he worked really hard in the offseason to make himself a better player. Running room after the catch by Fozzie Whitaker. And he's out of bounds. They'll mark him back at the 44-yard line of Texas. Banged out by Raheem Moore. But it's 25 yards and a first down for the Horns.
Well, they came with a blitz off, and Larimore is the guy who gets beat because, again, remember I said he's not really sure. He's got to jump this thing right away, take a better angle, because he's got to know he's not going to be able to run with Whitaker all the time. Got to cheat that coverage.
Foswit Whitaker. Dad wanted to be Foster Jr. The mom didn't want that, so there's like half of Foster, then the first half of their last name, Whitaker. He's Foswit, but they all call him Fozzie, understandably so.
That could be a fumble. Is that backwards?
No, it's a little bit forward.
Nope. Okay.
Gilbert hit by Keenan Graham as he threw it.
There's old Fozzie Bear. Now watch, let's see where exactly the ball is. If it's thrown behind the quarterback, no, it's in front.
Gilbert completed his first 9 passes, now 14 for 21. But an outstanding effort by this UCLA defense, which was terrific last week against a prolific Houston offense. DJ Monroe taken out of bounds along the near boundary of the 48-yard line. Another stop for Akeem Ayers. This defense coordinated by Chuck Bulla, 42 years old, former NFL assistant coach, college experience as well, the son of a terrific defensive mind, Hank Bulla, who spent time as the head coach of the Buffalo Bills.
Now Chuck knows what he's got, and he knows that guy right there, Akeem Ayers, he's his playmaker. Got his hand in the dirt right now.
5 receivers for Garrett Gilbert. Forced to pull it down, and he just did. Stay behind the line of scrimmage. Defenders saying incomplete pass, and the officials agree. Childs could not catch it inside the UCLA 40.
Well, it starts with Ayers. He has speed, and so what you do is you use your speed and then you use power, which he does, collapses the pocket. Now, this is really well done by Gilbert. He's got to make that catch. He gets himself out of trouble with his feet, finds Childs down the field. You got to catch that ball.
So Justin Tucker is on the punt. He handles the pooch punts. Gold punts when they're looking for a longer kick. But it is Tucker with the rugby style kick. Taylor Embry let it bounce. And it goes down to the 13-yard line. 40-yard punt. UCLA the ball and the lead when we come back.
Determination, strength, focus. At Pacific Life, when it comes to helping secure your financial future, we know what it takes to perform. Ask a financial professional about Pacific Life, the power to help you succeed.
$5.50. Hey, sandwich lady. Chicken flatbread sandwich for under $1. So...
It's under $1 and not everyone's happy about it. The new chicken flatbread sandwich. Warm flatbread, melty cheese, and flame grilled chicken. Only at Taco Bell.
Hey, what's going on?
Doing the shipping.
Man, it would be a lot easier if we didn't have to weigh them all.
If those boxes are under 70 pounds, you don't have to weigh them. With these priority mail flat rate boxes from the Postal Service, if it fits, it ships anywhere in the country for a low flat rate.
No way.
Nope.
No way?
Yeah. No way. Sure.
No way?
No way.
Yes way. No way.
Priority mail flat rate box shipping starts at $4.95, only from the Postal Service. A simpler way to ship.
Here's the problem. You've got sandwich money, but your stomach wants a massive meal. Taco Bell's $5 box. A chicken flatbread sandwich, burrito supreme, taco supreme, cinnamon twists, and medium soda. All for just $5. Problem solved.
ESPN's College Football on ABC. Brought to you by Pacific Life. For insurance, annuities, and investments, choose Pacific Life. The power to help you succeed. Priority mail flat rate boxes. Only Postal Service. A simpler way to ship. And Dr. Pepper. There's nothing like a pepper.
That got Matt Millen's attention. A look inside Salt Lick Barbecue just outside Austin. It's grown from a barbecue pit back in the 60s, serving thousands of folks each week. They sear that barbecue, slow cook it over the coals. Yum, yum. Texas has given up 145 yards rushing today. Mac Brown said, we haven't played anybody who can line up and run it right at us. They knew they were facing that today. And UCLA, in this new and improved rush attack since they went to the pistol offense this year, running it right at the Longhorns. Franklin, the first down carry. He got about 5 more. It's interesting, too. Here's Rick Neuheisel, known as a bright offensive mind, and Norm Chow, who's now in his mid-60s, been around forever. You know, these guys have a lot of their own ideas about how offense should be played. They totally went away from everything they've ever known to take on the pistol offense invented by Chris Ault up in Nevada, because they just felt like we need to become a much better running team, and Nevada's done a great job running the ball in the pistol. It's Franklin again. They went up to Nevada, spent a lot of time with Chris and his staff, and Rick Neuheisel said this really wouldn't have worked for us if Chris Ault and his people were not so accommodating.
And so what exactly is the pistol? The pistol really is nothing more than an I formation with the a single back set with the quarterback set off the ball. And so it presents a few problems. The biggest problem they do is they start using all the motion, because although it looks like a single back set, once you start to motion, it becomes a 2-back formation. And so it really comes into your eyes. You've got to really be disciplined and read your lineman keys whenever you're playing this. Like Taylor's getting himself some of that 20 to 25 degrees on the field, hotter than it normally is.
Ryan Taylor, as we mentioned, the only Texan on this team from Denison, unable to get back up. He's played every snap of their first 3 games. He's probably gone every snap today. They've had a lot of injuries on their offensive line, including Kai Mayaba, who's made the trip. They're allowed to bring extra bodies for a non-conference game. They had a freshman who would have started this year serving a Mormon mission, would have been their left tackle. Jeff Baca, who started at left guard last season, is going to sit out all this year because he's ineligible. Mayaba was the starting center last year. He has the fractured ankle. Mike Harris, who was their starter at right tackle last year, missed the Kansas State game for a violation of team rules. So this line's done a great job today, but it isn't the line that they expected to have to line up with and play this year.
Yeah, and so you bring a freshman in, Greg Capella out of Visalia, California, and it falls on you to be perfect with your snaps.
On a key 3rd down and short situation here. 3rd and inches. They didn't get a great spot on that last play, it seemed, from our vantage point. And they get the first down there. Derek Coleman. Interesting, even on 3rd and 1, Prince was lined up in the pistol and not under center.
And they've gone to this completely. And earlier in the game, I mentioned about Norm Chow kind of learning this himself. Norm Chow and Rick Neuheisel both have excellent offensive minds, and they've been around a long time. And they'll do all the throwing and they'll do everything, but you have to be able to gain yourself an advantage, and they know that. And they believe this gives them an advantage.
I have to give them a lot of credit for checking their ego, too, and for taking on something that totally belonged to somebody else in Chris Ault and his staff. Coleman's down after a short gain. There's a flag down as well.
I guess what impresses me the most with this, Sean, as this will go against UCLA.
Holding the call.
Is you're undertaking a huge to change your entire philosophy.
Illegal block in the back on the offense, number 9. 10-yard penalty, still first down.
So there's a big learning curve. So there's a learning curve for the coaching staff because you have to learn how to teach the thing and the big picture thing. And then there's a learning curve for each player, and then for the player to learn the coach and how he's trying to teach it. There's a lot of stuff that goes on. This team will be much better as the season goes on, as they get more comfortable doing this.
They were 97th or worse in rushing each of the last 2 years. They're so dramatically improved. Coleman carried Emmanuel Acho the stop 1-yard gain. Here's Robert in Times Square studio in New York.
All right, Sean, let's update our AT&T All-America Player of the Week. True freshman James White, 4 touchdowns, 145 yards. Wisconsin hung a school record 70 points on Austin Peay today. You can text VOTE to 345-345 to vote and for a transit trip to the national championship. For those expecting to watch Florida State and Wake Forest, they're still in a lightning delay in Tallahassee.
All right, Robert, thank you. We're glad to have those folks with us. Watching an upset in the making midway through the 3rd quarter. UCLA trying to move the ball and wind down the clock. Derek Coleman chopped down on a nice open field tackle by Aaron Williams, making his 18th career start today.
Ooh, he must be
the center
hard.
Taylor, who's going to go to the locker room.
Probably have to, if it is cramping, they'll probably have to give him an IV. But when you start locking up, that is brutal. I mean, it is brutal.
And the temperature on the field, as Heather Cox reported, about 110 when the game started. It certainly hasn't gotten any cooler. If anything, the sun's been out more consistently. There was some cloud cover earlier. Jonathan Franklin on 3rd and long. Better hang on to the ball, and he did. That'll test your ball security. Kenny Vaccaro rocketing to the ball again.
Kenny Vaccaro has been all over this field today. I mean, he's got himself probably around 10 tackles, most of them to second level, which is not a good sign for this Texas defense. Anytime your safety's making that many plays down in the open field, that means they're running the football.
Aaron Williams back for the punt now. Not Curtis Brown, who had a key fumbled punt in the first half. Jeff Locke standing at his own 5-yard line. High short kick. Williams let it bounce. It takes a nice roll for the Bruins to the 36-yard line of Texas. 45-yard punt, no return. Tonight on ABC Saturday Night Football, Boise State looks to make another big statement. Kellen Moore, Heisman candidate. The third-ranked Broncos hosting Jaquiz Rogers and a 24th-ranked Oregon State Beavers. Saturday Night Football presented by Southwest Airlines tonight on the blue turf, 8 Eastern time on ABC. Not a lot of great challenges left for the Broncos after tonight. Of course, one notable exception, couple. Fresno State's going to be tough. And Nevada. You like Utah State, or did you miss on the line there alone?
I missed on the line. The fingers are too fat.
Well, Utah State played a very good game at Oklahoma. Gave them all they could handle a couple of weeks ago. Fozzie Whitaker caught the pass, but went only for a yard. Donovan Carter made the tackle.
You know, Sean, Chris Peterson up there at Boise kind of reminds me a little bit of where Joe Paterno was back in the late 60s, where they're winning all the time, gets criticized for the schedule. They're a good, well-coached football team. They do everything right. It'll take time.
And when they play good teams, they beat them too. Good tackle again, short of a first down. It's Sheldon Price, who had a rough freshman year last year. He was determined to come back and not get picked on. He's been a much better player this year out of Chino Hills, California. He stopped James Kirkendall short of the first down by about 3.5 yards.
And so what they have to do is go back to what they are. We're talking about Texas offense. What are they most comfortable with? You're seeing it right now. They are most comfortable throwing the football and
flag
being
down.
open.
Gilbert throws the ball, caught by John Childs. But there was a flag thrown along the line of scrimmage at the snap. Childs down at the 36 of UCLA if it stands.
Offside on the defense. Penalties decline. Yardage gain result for the first down.
And a 22-yard gain for the senior from Dallas.
So Greg Davis, the offensive coordinator here for the Longhorns, he is going to take this offense back to what they do well. And here it is. They are best at throwing the football. You move the pocket a little bit, and you put the ball back into Gilbert's hands.
Greg Davis, outstanding offensive coordinator, winner of the Broyles Award as the top assistant coach in the country a couple of years ago. Kirkendall stayed in bounds and goes down to the 20, and then a flag thrown where he's tackled, which would lead you to believe it was a face mask. Patrick Larimore made the tackle.
I think they're going to get Texas for coming back on a block in the back.
Illegal block in the back.
Right.
On the offense, number 89. 10-yard penalty, spot of the foul, still first down.
Very near where Kirkendall was tackled. I didn't see another Longhorn there, but clearly you did, and it was Barrett Matthews. That is another costly mistake for the Longhorns.
Yeah, he's the tight end, and he's going to come back to help. That's all he's trying to do. He's going to try to peel somebody back off of him, and right there is where he gets him. And that is a penalty of aggression. You want to keep the guy. You want them to be aggressive. You just have to be smart when you're doing it.
There's a 16-yard gain after the penalty. It nets only 6 yards. Under 4 minutes to go, third quarter. Texas in a heap of trouble at home, down by 17. Gilbert takes off running. So great balance as he went in the air, stayed on his feet, got to the 20. And a first down for Texas. He took a hit from Keenan Graham and Dalton Hilliard.
Well, nice protection. Really well done on the inside. That gives Gilbert some time and area to be able to run. They are best when they spread it out. That looks like they're what they're most comfortable with. And if I'm Greg Davis, I stay with what they're doing right here.
First and 10. Now Whitaker. They try to sneak in a run to no avail. No gain on the play.
Official's going to make him come off the field. That's big Kyle Hicks, the tackle. He'll be replaced by Trey Hopkins, 76. He's just a freshman and a talented freshman.
True freshman. And Hicks is a stalwart at that left tackle spot. His 32nd career start today. And the true freshman thrown in. They blitz right in his area. It's completed to Kirkendall, and he's gang tackled after a short gain. We'll give him forward progress to the 17 for a gain of 3. Well, this UCLA defense has been impressive today.
And they're getting more confident as it goes. And you can see Chuck Bull. That was really a good call. So you get one of their stalwarts come out. They put the freshman in, and they blitz right over.
Right at him.
They bring numbers right there. Well done, though, by Gilbert getting the ball out, and it sets up this 3rd down.
Didn't block anybody. Had a few choices there, too. Here's a key 3rd down for Texas at the UCLA 17. 3rd and 7. Gilbert to the end zone, incomplete, and here comes a flag. And that's a big mistake if it's against UCLA, because they had it well defended, intended for Marquise Goodwin.
Yeah, but Sean, I think this may have been tipped.
That's what the defenders are saying.
As Sean Westgate's telling everybody the same thing. And if that's tipped, then there can be contact down there.
This is a big call right here.
The flag on the play was originally for pass interference on the defense. However, the pass was tipped. Therefore, by rule, there is no foul. Pass is incomplete.
Well, that's a heads-up play right away. I mean, Sean Westgate, he understood it right away. So here the ball comes out. There's the tip.
Just about the same time that Goodwin's getting knocked down. Tony Dye had good coverage. Justin Tucker trying a 34-yard attempt from the left hash mark. And that's a big field goal, because it does make it a 2-score game now. They're within 14. 2:14 to go. 3rd quarter here in Austin.
You're watching ESPN College Football on ABC, presented by Buffalo Wild Wings.
Are things different now that I'm not crushing quarterbacks every Sunday?
Yeah, a little bit. But I still have a taste for greatness.
So I love Dr. Pepper. The taste of these 23 flavors can never be equaled. Like me.
Pizza for McNabb.
I got it.
Donovan. Mike? What, man? Come on, Mike, man.
Still got it.
There's nothing like a pepper. Trust me. I've sent people to the doctor.
An accident doesn't have to slow you down. From new car replacement and guaranteed repairs to 24-hour claims assistance, we do all we can to help you move on. Liberty Mutual Auto Insurance. Responsibility. What's your policy?
Introducing the Samsung Fascinate, powered by Verizon. Super AMOLED screen, 6-access 3D gaming, and access to thousands of free apps. All in one ultra-thin package. You want it? We got it. Buy a Samsung Fascinate and any other phone is free. Only at Verizon.
Cowhide dries out. So does your man hide. Regular Men's body wash can dry out your skin. Only Dove Men Plus Care has micro moisture to fight skin dryness, so that man hide of yours stays clean and moisturized. Be comfortable in your own skin.
I know exactly what I'm getting. No menu needed.
Have you heard about our never-ending pasta bowl?
Wait a minute.
The never-ending pasta bowl with new sauces like our creamy Parmesan Portobello. Choose all the sauce and pasta combinations you want for just $8.95 at Olive Garden.
The kids from Modern Family on the season premiere of Extreme Makeover Home Edition, ABC tomorrow.
This week on Monday Night Football, 2 undefeated rivals battle for sole possession of first place in the NFC North. Aaron Rodgers leads the Green Bay Packers into Soldier Field to take on Jay Cutler and the Chicago Bears. Monday Night Football on ESPN at 8:30 Eastern. Coverage begins at 7 with Monday Night Countdown served by Applebee's, including our very own Matt Millen.
I am looking forward to that one. Both those quarterbacks are off to hot starts. Mike Martz's offense, the new offensive coordinator there in Chicago. Rod Marinelli, the new defensive coordinator. That Chicago Bear team's playing well, and this game is always one that comes down to the end. They always play each other well.
Justin Tucker, after his 34-yard field goal, kicks off for Texas. UCLA still a 2-touchdown lead, just more than 2 minutes to go in the third quarter. Josh Smith, transfer from Colorado, where he's a great return man. All the way out to midfield. What a return by Josh Smith. 44 yards, sat out last year as a transfer and making a big play in his first season at UCLA.
What a great return. This just shows great vision. And you must be, I mean, when you're a great returner, you must have great peripheral vision and feel. And he has them. This is just outstanding.
44 yards on the run back for the junior from Moore Park, California. He was all Big 12 in 2008 as a kick returner. Also caught 52 passes in 2 years for Colorado. Kevin Prince out of the pistol, keeps it and slides down with about an 8-yard gain. Here's Heather Cox.
Guys, heat and humidity certainly starting to take its toll, especially for UCLA. You saw the offensive lineman Ryan Taylor go to the locker room. His right leg was locking up. He's getting IV hydration. They're hopeful he'll return. Everybody pounding electrolytes, using ice towels. Running back Jonathan Franklin even using oxygen during that last series. And a lot more player rotations trying to keep people fresh down here.
And I know, Heather, you told us during a break that it's about as hot as you've ever been on the sidelines of a game, and you've covered a lot of football over the years, despite your youth. Jonathan Franklin to the 37-yard line and a first down. Manuel Acho made the tackle. Hot and relatively humid. Temperatures actually dropped a few degrees to 85, but the humidity's gone up. And even these Texans who are accustomed to the heat and humidity of this great state have the fans out in full force today.
Well, as this UCLA team has gotten more comfortable with the temperature, they're getting more comfortable against this defense because they are playing with confidence right now.
This is their 17th straight run, and it's Prince again into the clear. He will score. Touchdown, UCLA. 38 yards for Kevin Prince.
Sean, they bit the cheese. He put the ball out there, went to the short corner, and it was run to perfection. Well blocked up front. They bit on the fake, and Prince read it perfectly.
Ty Forbath. Makes it a 21-point lead. Kevin Prince, he's not a speed burner. He's not Colin Kaepernick of Nevada, running the ball as a quarterback out of this pistol, but he's a more than adequate runner, as he has demonstrated again today. He's a little wiped out.
He can run.
After that long jaunt to the end zone.
But this is on his eyes, Sean. That's all this is. Watch the cheese. It's going to come out right here. Watch. Now bite. Here's the bite. Now watch Barr coming across. Here's the only block, because they've done a nice job of sealing this whole thing. Here comes the block, and then just take off and run. And Prince is more than an average runner. He's got good feet, good speed, and 6 quick.
Dad attended UCLA. Some uncles went there as well. He grew up a lifelong UCLA fan. He said, I learned to love UCLA and hate USC. He and his older brother Austin, who's 23 and now on a Mormon mission in Chile, were ball boys for the football team when they were in middle school and high school. And they were season ticket holders as kids. Their parents were for UCLA football and basketball games. So it was always his dream to be the quarterback at UCLA, living the dream, and he's perhaps on the verge of leading them to one of their biggest wins in recent years. DJ Monroe brought back the lock kickoff. Glenn Love took him out of bounds at the 29-yard line. Last home loss for Texas here. Kansas State back in 2007.
Sean, the thing I guess which surprises me the most has been how well UCLA's defense has done. UCLA's defense, holding them here to 6 points right now. They have bent a little, but they have not broken at all.
You think back to what Mac Brown said to us yesterday. So we never play well the week before Oklahoma. We talked at the top of the telecast. They could not look ahead past this UCLA team to Oklahoma. You wonder if they have. James Kirkendall made the catch. Mac Brown knew this was a good UCLA team, but these Texas players might have looked at the 1-2 record. They got blown out by Stanford and said they're not very good coming in here.
Well, I know one thing. Right now they have their attention. They're down three scores. This is if you got it, you better do it right now.
Whitaker dropped the ball, went into a back pedal in the flat and couldn't catch it.
It's on Gilbert. Got to make a better throw than that. You can't throw it behind him. And as the game gets shorter, now you're going into the fourth quarter, every mistake is going to be magnified. You can't afford to make it. And so you have to be right on both sides of the ball.
This would also suggest to me that Stanford is really good because they annihilated UCLA. Although it was a 13-0 game in the third quarter before Stanford pulled away and won 35-0 in Pasadena. Likely the last play of the third quarter. Garrett Gilbert's going to run, and it'll be very close with an eye towards the first down marker. It looks like they're going to give him across the 39 and a first down. On to the fourth quarter we go in stunned Austin with UCLA leading by 21 points.
As you rebuild your financial future, there may be times you could use a hand. But with 130 years of experience, the principal has the retirement, investment, and insurance solutions to help lighten your load. We even created a website full of ideas to help you and your financial advisor plan a better way forward. Visit AmericaRebuilds.com or ask your advisor about rebuilding with the principal.
We're just a normal family.
Anybody who wants to ride, now would be the time. Let's go.
It's amazing how quickly life can change.
Something extraordinary has happened.
Something impossible.
You two are freaky. In just 3 days at 8/7 Central, one family will go from ordinary to extraordinary.
We're family no matter what happens.
ABC's No Ordinary Family. Series premiere Tuesday at 8/7 Central. Part of the red carpet premieres on ABC.
Action 7 News, more in the morning. Now at 4:30 a.m.
Congressman Teague will say anything to stay in Washington.
So he's falsely attacking Steve Pierce.
Knowingly misleading veterans.
If you intentionally mislead veterans to stay in office, that just proves you shouldn't be there in the first place.
Shame on you, Harry Teague.
Here's the facts. Steve Pierce is a decorated Vietnam veteran.
He was a tireless worker to improve veterans' hospitals.
I'm proud to stand with Steve Pierce because he's always stood with veterans.
I'm Steve Pierce, and I approve this message.
37 million watch the most talked about dancing premiere Monday. If you thought there was talk before, wait till you see what's next.
The best season ever.
ABC's Dancing with the Stars live Monday at 8/7 Central on ABC.
scene on the UCLA sideline moments ago as they got ready for the fourth quarter. They are fired up. They can sense the upset, but the time for celebration is not now for Rick Neuheisel's Charges. They have a 21-point lead. Under Mack Brown, Texas has had 13 fourth-quarter comebacks, including the 6th largest comebacks in school history, all during the Mack Brown era. Gail Gilbert with a lot of work to do. That's a start in the right direction for Texas. Marquise Goodwin out of bounds at the 29-yard line. Dalton Hilliard made the tackle.
Sean, if that's going to happen, they've got to get Akeem Ayers blocked, which they do. And so what they're doing right now, they're doubling him. They're keeping the back into his side. And because he has time, he's able to find him. Goodwin down the field and a big first down.
32-yard gain. Gail Gilbert and a nice catch in the flat made by Goodwin again. NCAA long jump champion in 2010. Terrific athlete Marquise Goodwin.
He doesn't even know how good he can be. He's just learning how to run routes. He's learning his body control in and out of his breaks. He's got good hands and he's got some toughness to him. That's what I like.
Long jump 26.9. That would be like taking off from just about the 9-yard line and landing on the goal line. Look out. Gilbert flush, dumps it off, drops, and that's been a problem again today. It's Barrett Matthews, the tight end.
Again,
at least a couple.
Yeah, well, if they're going to do this again, it's going to come down to getting this guy Akeem Ayers blocked again. Hicks, 64, does a nice job just by keeping his hands on him. Hicks beats him to the edge, but he just gets a hand on him and allows Gilbert to be able to roll out, and you got to make that catch. We said, Sean, there's no room for error here. That's an error.
Probably in 4-down territory. Hard to imagine a field goal would do him much good. Still be a 3-score game. Garrett Gilbert might have been a design quarterback draw, and they weren't fooled. A gain of a yard, and that's it. Sean Westgate, another tackle for UCLA.
Down 3, you got to go. You got to go. The field goal's not going to help you. And he's going to do that right now. And this is turning fun right here.
Might be the ball game for Texas. 4th down and 4. 2 for 3 this season, but 0 for 1. That was a key spot in the first half when they were stopped at the UCLA 40. Gilbert has time, caught, but where's the mark? Short of the first down. John Childs a yard short. Tony Dye the tackle. UCLA takes over on down.
That is on the receiver. You've got to know where the sticks are. You have to push past those sticks and then come back down inside. Now, this was well protected. Gilbert has the time to throw, but see, that's just, you've got to take another step into the defender and get him on his heels and then come down inside. That's not a good job of knowing where the sticks are. But good defense. Yeah, as soon as the ball's there, man, he's right on top of him.
Yeah, the UCLA defense has been outstanding today. And locally, Texas fans were wondering how good their offense was. Hadn't been real impressive in their 3 wins against Rice, Wyoming, and Texas Tech. 72nd in the country in total offense coming in. Trouble on the snap, picked up by Jonathan Franklin. Well, that's the last thing UCLA needs. Blake Gideon makes the tackle. Of course, it's a new center, Greg Capella, who is seeing his first college action here in the second half after the starter Taylor went down. He hasn't played at all this year. He's a redshirt freshman.
And keep in mind, what Texas is doing is they're putting his smart. They're putting somebody right over his nose. And so now you have to worry about getting the snap right, getting your hands up to get on the guy, and you're going to get hit right in the kisser as soon as you snap it.
And that pistol snap is different.
Yes.
The quarterback shorter than a typical shotgun snap. It takes some getting used to for these centers. And he's trying to do it under his first game action in college.
UCLA.
In front of 100,000 people.
Media timeout.
Bruins call a timeout. 2nd and 15 upcoming.
You're watching ESPN College Football on ABC, presented by Buffalo Wild Wings.
We gave it a new fully boxed high-strength steel frame and hydraulic body mounts for a comfortable ride. Because the things you carry are even heavier than the things you haul. Introducing the new Silverado HD, our most powerful heavy-duty ever.
Now, more than ever, you want to keep your loved ones safe and secure. Give them the gift of financial security from New York Life. We've been protecting families for over 165 years. New York Life, the company you keep.
Charging bag fees is a crime. We wouldn't do it. We'll take you over to Skylon Gate. Show you the real messed up stuff. Look at these empty gates here. Bag fees scared them all away. Oh man, must be a really bad bag fee right there. I don't mean to brag, but Southwest Airlines, we're doing it right.
The day away with the Delta Edition 2-in-1 shower. Get water where you need it most. Another way Delta is more than just a shower. See what Delta can do.
Millions tuned into the return of America's hottest comedy. And Wednesday, things will get even hotter with a kiss that will have everyone talking. Modern Family, all new. Wednesday, 9/8 Central on ABC. Laugh on.
Well, it seems the UCLA timeout was to get Greg Capella, the backup center, out of the ballgame. They didn't want to risk another bad snap. The starter, Ryan Taylor, apparently has been hydrated. Went to the locker room for fluids. He's ready to get back in there in a key spot. 19th straight rushing play for UCLA. It's Jonathan Franklin across the 20. We send it halfway across the country to Robert Flores for an update in our Times Square studio.
Well, Sean, after a 40-minute weather delay in Tallahassee, Christian Ponder goes in from 7 yards out. He has thrown a touchdown and rushed one. Florida State up 17-0. Meantime, number 1 Alabama down 6 to number 10 Arkansas early fourth quarter, 20-14. Sean.
Alabama's long winning streak in jeopardy. Texas' 16-game home winning streak on the line here. 3rd down and 10. Will they throw it? It was a high snap by Taylor. A good catch by Prince. And he's pulled down. Great pursuit by the true freshman Jackson Jeffcoat, the son of the former NFL standout Jim Jeffcoat of the Bills and Cowboys.
Well, let me tell you something. This is a fantastic play by Jeffcoat. First of all, he stays square, and then he picks a great angle, gets on his horse, and prevents that first down. That is a big-time play right there by Jeffcoat.
240 pounds. He's a twin. His sister Jacqueline was one of the most highly recruited women's basketball players coming out of high school in Plano, Texas.
There's a flag right here, Sean. If this is against Texas, that's a first down.
Legal substitution on the defense.
Wow.
12 players.
Unbelievable. That's inexcusable.
Yardage gain results in a first down.
So that
they played horribly. They got away with it last week. All those mistakes we chronicled earlier against Texas Tech, they were not going to get away with it today.
Yeah, and that negates a great play, but more than that, it puts that UCLA offense back on the field, again, renewing their confidence. And look, Prince is fired up, and he's getting the rest of the boys fired up. They can taste it right here. All they have to do is take care of business, body on a body, move the ball down the field, lower the time on the clock, even kick a field goal, and this is going to be a tough game. Texas has done nothing all game long offensively.
Prince is energetic. You might say he's the Fresh Prince of UCLA. Thank you, Marty, for the courtesy laugh. Marty Aronoff, our legendary statistician. Did 3 games yesterday, including the TCU SMU game last night. Jonathan Franklin carried for a short gain. Jackson Jeffcoat made the tackle, and now he's slow to get up.
You know, Sean, if we go back to that 12 men on the field, I was just looking at the ISO replay. We were going through it, and I have a hard time seeing it. So, of course, that wouldn't be the first time I missed something.
No.
But I guess it's a moot point now. But just watch. Here's the end of the 3rd down. You're going to make your substitutions. Everybody's running in and out into the 4th down. Keep in mind, there's one guy coming on back here. I don't see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There's 11 out there. Well, it's moot now. They ran the play. It's over. But that's a brutal penalty.
You could tell Mac Brown was concerned on a number of levels. We mentioned he frets about the game before Oklahoma. He said we're 10-2 the week before Oklahoma, but a lot of times we've had to squeak out games that shouldn't have been that close. He was concerned about their ability to stop the run despite the stats, which are totally misleading because they played 3 spread passing teams. So we haven't played a team that can line up and run it at us. These guys will. And the offense is clearly still very much a work in progress. They lost an All-American quarterback, an All-American receiver in Jordan Shipley, 3 multiple-year starters in the offensive line. They haven't found a running back yet. There are a number of issues here for Texas. Certainly didn't look like the 7th best team in the country today. Well, Franklin banged out of bounds.
Defensively, they're struggling. They came in leading the country at like 44 yards a game, which, like you said, was misleading. They're already over 220 yards rushing here is UCLA's offense, and they've done it the way, you know, with this pistol offense. But forget what you even call it. They put the big bodies on people. Texas has not been able to stop them. They've gone inside with success and gotten to the edge and the outside with success.
Last carry was by the true freshman Malcolm Jones, who they think is going to be a star out of Agoura Hills, California, one of the most highly recruited players in the country last year. That pass is caught for a 1st down by Nelson Rosario.
Yeah, nice by Rosario. They're just going to send him in motion. They just send him all the way across. And now here's what they're doing. They're trying to get an extra guy. You can see him here. Here's Rosario. Texas is trying to get the extra man down in the box with 8, so they're going man coverage. But they gave a cushion over here. Rosario just takes advantage. Now here's a guy who does know where the sticks are and finds it. You saw at the end of that.
22 straight runs, a 5-yard completion to Rosario, junior from Oceanside, California. Malcolm Jones, the freshman running back, in there with fresh legs. He's out of Oaks Christian High School in Westlake Village, California, one of the top high school teams in the country the last few years. And he was tackled by Keyston Randall. Imagine being able to throw a football into the next zip code, or being able to catch a 100-mile-an-hour fastball with your bare hand. One family is about to discover they can do all of those things and much more. Don't miss the super-powered series premiere of No Ordinary Family, Tuesday at 8, 7 Central on ABC. Michael Chiklis, one of the stars of that new show.
They could use them right now. They could use that not an ordinary player right here.
Malcolm Jones again, the Gatorade High School National Player of the Year last year.
Time for play. Big down right here for both sides. You want to continue to run the clock down here to get to the 8-minute mark for UCLA, and somebody on the defensive side for Texas, they've got to come up big. Looks like they're going to try to go to man cover, get an extra guy down in the box. No, they're walking off a little bit.
3rd down and 5. They've been a terrible 3rd down team this season. Not much better today at 3 for 10. And it is caught by Rosario with tight coverage from Shockey Brown. Another 1st down, excruciatingly so for these Texas fans.
But that is all on Kevin Prince, because this is tight coverage, and Shockey has him covered the whole time, but he throws it back behind him, and Rosario comes back. It's not quite a back shoulder, but he throws it behind him so Rosario can make the catch. That's a great throw and a great job of Rosario coming back to make it.
2 first down receptions on this drive for Nelson Rosario. Malcolm Jones.
Sean, Will Muschamp right now, he's starting to roll the dice. Now you're at the 7-minute mark. They need the ball back. It's 3 scores. They got to have the ball. So he is taking some chances. He's running, he's blitzing off the edges. He's manning everything up in the outside. He's given himself 8- and 9-man boxes to prevent the run.
More than 6 minutes on this drive for Neuheisel. Exactly what he was hoping for when they took the field. Of course, they were aided by that illegal substitution penalty when they were about to punt. So many big mistakes made by Texas today. Here's Malcolm Jones again, the freshman, wisely protecting the ball. Rushed for 2,500 yards and 45 touchdowns last year at Oaks Christian. Young man we saw last week in Washington, Nick Montana, Joe Montana's son,
good-looking
quarterback
kid
on that team.
Yep, good-looking kid. We watched him last week. Watched him practice. He's got some game.
Must have had a pretty good high school team.
Yeah, it's a well-coached high school team. At one point here, they're going to have to start looking at Texas. Going to have to start looking at their timeouts. They've got to get the clock now is working against them.
Desperately need a 3rd down stop here. 6 minutes to go. 3rd down and 8 UCLA. Prince elected to keep it. Got back to the line. And now Rick Neuheisel will have a decision to make. It would be a very long field goal for Forbath, but he does have a powerful leg. He's made 9 field goals in his career of 50+. So this would be about 57. You surprised Texas didn't use one of those timeouts as soon as they made the tackle there?
Yeah, because it's just winding away from him. Because now with 3 scores, you're 4 down the whole time. You have to take chances. The clock is working against you the whole time. Yeah, that surprises me.
This is the right decision. The field goal would be low percentage. The way they played defense today and the way Texas has played offense, send them way down there and
smart
make
play
them
right
keep
there.
driving the length of the field.
Yeah, that's smart right there. Let the clock run out. You actually help yourself by giving yourself more coverage room by taking the penalty, moving it back 5 yards. So if I were Texas, I'd decline it.
Delay of game on the offense, 5-yard penalty, still 4th down.
This possession now 8 minutes and now Max counting. They weren't likely to come back and win the game before it happened when they had the substitution penalty on the punt, but that was sort of the epitome of the entire day for Mack and the Longhorns.
Well, how prophetic was Coach Mack talking to his team, like Heather mentioned to us earlier in the broadcast, when he said you don't necessarily get beat, you end up losing by making mistakes.
Punt goes into the end zone. Texas ball, 5:05 to go, down by 3 touchdowns and 3 timeouts remaining.
Down by 7. Final play for Detroit.
Only thing that would make this any better is overtime.
They'll need a miracle to win this football game. Harris slot right, drops back. Hines takes the pass at the 30. With the seam. Wow! Can you believe it? One man to beat. We're headed to overtime.
Buffalo Wild Wings. You have to be here.
Field goal for the win.
Credit card rewards are always good in theory.
Sometimes I would get rewards, sometimes I wouldn't.
There's one card I had, there were all these rules and restrictions.
And limits.
Forget about it.
But I love this card.
Bank AmeriCard Cash Rewards Credit Card.
1% cash back on everything I buy, period.
No limit to the amount of cash back I can get.
No hoops to jump through.
Simple.
The refreshingly simple Bank AmeriCard Cash Rewards Credit Card. Apply online or at a Bank of America near you. Your first day. You try to lie low, get the lay of the land. But then Autoblog.com calls your interior Lexus quiet. An automobile magazine goes comparing you to a Cadillac. So much for the new kid fitting in with the rest of the class. The all-new Chevrolet Cruze, starting under $17,000. Get used to more.
responds to increases in adrenaline. From the Adrenaline series comes Degree Men Adventure.
ESPN's College Football on ABC, brought to you by Buffalo Wild Wings. You have to be here. Cadillac, the new standard of the world. And Farmers Insurance. We are insurance. We are farmers.
Well, a lot of hardware inside that Bobby Moses Jr. Mike Campbell football trophy room. Paying tribute to, among other things, 4 national championships. In hopes of another this season, might be taking a serious blow here today against UCLA as we look at our Pacific Life game summary. Look at the time of possession edge now for the Bruins with the ground game on track here in the second half. 11 minutes advantage in the time of possession. 4 turnovers for Texas, all in the first half. And again, the penalties, the drop balls. Gilbert dumps it off. It's going to be at best a 1-yard gain to Fozzie Whitaker. Sean Westgate made the tackle.
Well, Sean, we just got done talking about Texas making mistakes, but I do not want to minimize the game here that UCLA has played. They had a plan going into it. They stuck with it. The offensive line came through for them. Kevin Prince played himself a heck of a game, and they pounded the football on this Texas defense. And this has been impressive, especially in the second half. When they had to get it done, they got it done.
Marquise Goodwin, the intended receiver. Ayers is slow to get up, their best defensive player.
Yeah, not only is he the best defensive, he's the best player in the field. Yeah, on both sides. That kid, he's legit.
Well, it's hard to judge how good UCLA is because they went to Kansas State to open the year, tough place to play, and they lost a tough game. But then they got hammered at home by Stanford and made you think, well, they're 0-2. And it was an ugly 0-2 after that one. They weren't very good. And Rick Neuheisel said he was so proud of the way his team rallied. They had a great week of practice going into Houston. And he said the energy and intensity with which they played last week against Houston will be the standard that is expected of them, any UCLA team, going forward. He said it was just a tremendous effort last week against Houston, and it looks like it turned their season around.
Well, and I'm going to go back to what I said earlier. This team right here, this UCLA Bruin team, this is just the beginning. They're going to get better, Sean, because they are just learning concepts, and they're getting better and better. And Kevin Prince, he got better as this game went on. He got a feel for what was happening on the other side. He turned himself a heck of a game also.
And they're recruiting well. They're very happy with their freshman class. I think they've had a couple good classes in a row. Let's see if we can figure out number 10, Akeem Ayers. Tough to tell from that. Saw them also taking off one of their linemen, Eddie Williams. Might just be a case of dehydration for him too.
That's going to go against Texas.
Start. 83, 5-yard penalty, still 3rd down.
Coach Mack's going to have his work cut out for him, getting ready for those Oklahoma Sooners. And who knows how it works if somebody looks ahead or doesn't look ahead. But in the middle of this game, it turned into a game. And so you got to play your best, and they did not. And to be fair, UCLA whipped them. They whipped them up front.
3rd down and 14 now. Gilbert throws, caught. Marquise Goodwin using that blazing speed as the first down and goes out of bounds at the 35. Excellent effort by the sophomore from Garland, Texas. It was run out by Glenn Love. 19-yard gain.
Glenn Love had some great effort too, because he was tracking him the whole way and ran him down all the way across the field. That Goodwin's exciting. Young, he's got some playmaking ability. It's going to be fun to watch him down the line when he learns really how to be a receiver. He's raw right now, but he's talented.
6 catches today for Goodwin. Had 8 total through their first 3 games. 3 wide receivers. Fozzie Whitaker, the running back. Gilbert, pump fake, didn't fool anybody, and he threw it away. Texas has not scored a touchdown today. Ayers has his shoulder pads off. He might just be totally out of gas as well with the tremendous effort that he has put forth today.
And the stats don't do him justice, because he had to be accounted for all game long, from the first snap all the way through. This kid is a very, very talented and smart player.
Gilbert with time. Nice catch. Sean Westgate made Whitaker pay the price for the reception. A short gain, and the clock keeps ticking down toward 4 minutes remaining.
Sean, you'd think this pace has to be picked up here a little. They're probably not going to win the game unless a miracle would happen. But if they're going to, the pace has to be picked up. He's got to take some shots. All game long, he did not take shots down the field, which tells you that UCLA did not allow them to get past them, and a good job in pass coverage.
Gilbert throws short again. Barrett Matthews had a couple of key drops today, has the first down across the 45. But UCLA let them do this the rest of the 3 minutes and 37 seconds, go 4 or 5 yards at a time. That one was good for 6.
Well, Aaron Hester, the one corner, and Price on the other side, Raheem Moore, Tony Dye. These guys really played themselves good football games. And there's Hester down right now. Looks like it's more cramping. But they did not allow a big play at all, Sean. They let everything develop in front of them. They were sure tacklers all game long. They got the legitimate pressure from Akeem Ayers when they needed it, and the linebackers played a very good game.
You're watching ESPN College Football on ABC, presented by Buffalo Wild Wings.
What can you do with 7 minutes, 59 seconds, and 32 100ths? Maybe walk your dog around the block. Or read a couple of columns on the op-ed page. Even shine and buff a pair of wingtips. Or you could silence every skeptic on the planet by blistering through a 13-mile lap at Germany's famed Nürburgring. Inspired and humbled by all the great cars that came before us, like the BMW M5. And the Mercedes-Benz E63. We didn't see this time as something to cherish, but more a starting line from which to keep pushing. The CTSV, the world's fastest production sedan. Cadillac, the new standard of the world.
Get what you crave. Doritos Late Night Cheeseburger.
All right, agents. What do we got?
An older guy picked up a young girl at a local bait shop, wanted to impress her, so they went for a spin. Too much throttle coming out of a figure 8, lost control, ramped off a dock, ended up in a tulip poplar.
Okay.
I'd suggest adding a watercraft policy to their overall insurance plan.
One that includes collision and passenger liability.
Very good. Moving on.
We are insurance.
We are farmers. Bum, ba, bum, 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 bum.
No Ordinary Family series premiere Tuesday, part of the red carpet premieres on ABC.
Let's take a look at today's good hands play, brought to you by Allstate. It started with a bad decision and bad hands play by Curtis Brown, who fielded the punt inside his own 5 and then fumbled.
But the good hands came right there from Sean Westgate. That left hand knew exactly where the ball was, punched it out, and a big turnover. So Sean Westgate, the heads-up player that he is, makes a heads-up play and has some good hands, should work for Allstate.
Garrett Gilbert zips one a little low, then an incomplete pass. Looking for Sean Hales. Backup wide receiver. They're going deep into their depth chart now.
You know, Sean, it's just the big picture here. Texas, they have no big play players.
Which is stunning when you think of all the great athletes they typically have.
They have a lot of young players who have the potential, but potential is a 4-letter word, and that thing will bite you in the rear end. you got to do it. And right now, they don't have it at running back, and they don't have it at receiver.
Garrett Gilbert throws, caught, far sideline by Malcolm Williams. Good catch. Those are the kind that Greg Davis told us he usually drops the ball. It takes a long time to get to him. He has a lot of time to think about it. Generally, the ones he drops, he had a drop problem. He's a lot better catching the balls that are on him quickly. He doesn't have time to think about it.
And he has to learn how to run that route. He's got to come back to the ball.
17-yard gain. Now Gilbert has a man open. John Childs inside the 10-yard line and down at the 7. Texas trying to score a touchdown with 3 minutes to go here. The last time at home in this stadium they were held without a touchdown was in 1997 when they lost that game to UCLA here 66-3, the worst loss in history here for Texas. We're at least trying to score a touchdown. That game was known as Route 66. When UCLA poured it on John Makovic's team, and he was fired at the end of that year. Into the end zone, no touchdown there. Williams couldn't hang on to it. Good coverage by Sheldon Price.
Really good coverage by Sheldon Price. And that was a bullet that Gilbert threw in there. Williams trying to go to the back of the end zone, but Price, this has been good coverage. Good coverage all game long. Well done, Sheldon Price.
Second and goal. You know these UCLA defenders want to keep them out of the end zone for the entire day. Gilbert has time, starts to run, and gets swung down by Sean Westgate. He still has a full tank of gas on this hot and humid day. Made a nice tackle near the 5.
Yeah, he's one of my favorite players I've seen in college football this year. Oh, Sean Westgate. He's got a great motor. He's just a good football player. Not the biggest guy. He knows how to play.
Timeout Texas. 11 tackles today for Sean Westgate.
If I should die before I wake, if I should die before I wake, I pray the Lord my soul to take.
If something dead was evil enough, could it come back to life?
Souls live on. What if his soul went into one of us? Whoever you are, go back to hell where you came from.
My soul to take.
Come out, wherever you are.
3D, rated R.
Thanks to the Venture Card from Capital One, we get double miles on every purchase. So we earned an LA getaway twice as fast. We get double miles every time we use our card, no matter what we're buying. And since double miles add up quick, Roman, get up! We can bring the whole gang. It's hard to beat double miles.
Whoa. He's on the list.
But we're with him.
Get the Venture Card from Capital One and earn double miles on every purchase every day. Go to CapitalOne.com.
What's in your wallet?
Let's throw down some style. Style that lasts a lifetime. What do you say we get the look we want, the softness we need, and an unbeatable lifetime stain warranty for whatever life throws at it? Then, let's save big on the installation. We're lowering the cost of going barefoot. More saving, more doing. That's the power of the Home Depot. Get exclusive Martha Stewart Living and Platinum Plus installed in your whole house for only $37.
AT&T and BlackBerry have teamed up to keep your business moving. Introducing the BlackBerry Torch. AT&T. Rethink possible.
College football on ESPN continues tonight, 7:45 Eastern, to SEC rivals 12th ranked South Carolina and number 17 Auburn. College football primetime, 7:45 Eastern tonight on ESPN. It's also available online on your phone and on ESPN 3D. 12th play of the drive for Texas. 2.5 minutes to go. They're down by 3 touchdowns. Out of the shotgun on 3rd and goal. Garrett Gilbert has a man open, and they do score a touchdown. James Kirkendall, a 5-yard reception, and Texas has the touchdown.
Well, he went 3-on-2 to the top side talking about defense. So anytime you get into this bunch right here, what that does is it makes you back off as a defender. And Kirkendall played it very, very well. Saw the gray area of the coverage and sat down at 6 quick.
More than 57.5 minutes into the game. They're going for 2. Why are they doing this, you figure?
That's what the chart says.
Yeah, but if they scored a touchdown, it'd be a 14-point game.
Yeah.
It's almost like they're trying to cosmetically add to their point total, make the score look better. I mean, now you have to get an 8 if you're lucky enough to get a couple of onside kicks.
Well, he didn't catch the ball, but I'll tell you, that was a perfectly thrown ball to that pylon in the back of the end zone. Knocked it over perfectly.
That makes no sense at all.
No, none.
Absolutely none. Kick the extra point. You're down by 14. You scored 2 touchdowns, kicked 2 extra points. The extra point there doesn't do you any good at all. Maybe they're so optimistic they thought they were going to win in overtime. I mean, win in regulation time. They could have got that too and then scored 14 more. Well, it's been a wild day in the top 10. Alabama down a lot of that day. Just now took the lead moments ago at Arkansas. Texas trailing here, Arkansas trailing, and some of the action later. You and I, 3 straight weeks, have seen the top 3 expected powers in the Big 12. We saw Oklahoma at home against Florida State annihilate them. We saw Nebraska go out to Washington last week and destroy the Huskies, and now Texas today. In my opinion, of the 3, Nebraska is the best team we've seen of those 3 by far.
I would share that opinion. I think Nebraska defensively, they can rush the passer. They play great pass defense, and then they can throw the football, but they really haven't had to because Taylor Martinez is special. They have some runners. They do have guys who can make plays and guys you can go to. I would think right now, just looking at it, that Nebraska team would be the team to beat.
UCLA called a timeout. They didn't like the way things aligned for a very likely onside kick from Justin Tucker. Meanwhile, this is a huge win for UCLA. We talked about had a lot of injuries coming into this year, making the adjustment to the pistol. They've had a couple of other guys they've lost for eligibility reasons. Year 3 of the new Heisel regime, 12-16 coming into today. I think Bruin fans were hoping for more rapid improvement, but you see signs of it today.
Well, I think if you're a Bruin fan and you're sitting at home, the best is yet to come. They are just tapping into what this offense can be. And I think Prince showed himself well today. I think, you know, Coleman and Franklin, that offensive line, those are all good signs. And defensively, they covered some fast receivers.
Here's the onside kick. And it goes out of bounds. And there's a flag down as well.
Not a lot of people expected UCLA to come in here and win this game. And not only did they win it, they got after him physically. And that's the impressive part.
A great day for the Pac-10. I mentioned what this result here tells me is that Stanford's really good because they put it on UCLA, on UCLA's field, and Stanford is putting it on Notre Dame today at Notre Dame.
Both on the kicking team. Offside on the kicking team. Also free kick out of bounds. 5-yard penalty will be enforced from the out of bounds spot.
When you've had a day full of mistakes and you can make 2 of them on the same play, really kind of putting the capper on that kind of day for Mac.
Yeah, not the kind of consistency he was looking for.
No.
You know, we've also had the chance to see some really good quarterbacks. We saw Christian Ponder, we saw Taylor Martinez, we saw Denard Robinson, we saw a Locker, and then I had a chance to watch Andrew Luck on tape the other day, and my humble opinion, Andrew Luck head and shoulders above all of them. Now Denard Robinson, that is a playmaking Jesse. That guy.
And those might be your 2 leading Heisman contenders right now, and it's so early. But then again, we start talking about these things, you know, 11 months before the season starts. Well, the previous season's still ongoing. Who'll be the Heisman contenders next year? But Andrew Luck and Denard Robinson, if you had to pick 2 right now, have to be top of anybody's list.
Taylor Martinez, yeah, he's got that run stuff down. I'd like to see him develop a little bit more as a thrower, and that's the step that Denard Robinson made. Now he got knocked out a little bit today with a knee, but none of them are. They're all playing well, and that guy you just saw there, Akeem Ayers, that's another one. That guy can play.
Well, UCLA fans can thank Akeem Ayers' great-grandmother Lillian King. Said, I wasn't much of a college football fan, grew up around LA, but my grandmother's a big football fan, and she told me you're going to UCLA. He wasn't going to disappoint his great-grandmother.
Well, Graham, let me tell you something. You knew what you were doing, because this kid can go, and he can beat you in pass coverage. He can beat you rushing off the edge. He can beat you reading the line of scrimmage and getting to the football. He's an active player. He's a smart player. And he's a really good player.
Vernon Day in the Los Angeles area. So he learned discipline there. It's one of those places you have to wear a tie every day to school. They make you work 1 day a week. He worked 3 years for a law firm 1 day a week. Here's Derek Coleman. He may take it in. Touchdown, UCLA.
That's just the icing on the cake. And that is on the offensive line. And Big Coleman puts that big body on him. And look at this, just a body on a body. And then Coleman runs through one tackle, runs through another with a straight arm, and then it's 6. Good power football and a big win for the UCLA Bruins.
29-yard run. Line drive extra point good by Kai Forbath. Texas started the day leading the country in rushing defense. Even they suspected that was a little fraudulent because they played 3 spread teams. They were giving up 44 yards per game rushing their opponents. UCLA today has run for 267. Including that 29-yard touchdown run. Here's Heather.
Well, Derek Coleman's performance even more amazing considering that he's been severely hearing impaired since birth. He relies on expensive waterproof hearing aids. They're kept snug to his head by a skull cap in order to hear any commands in the huddle and during practice. It's amazing. His dad noticed it when he was about 2 years old. Genetic testing revealed a recessive gene that leads to hearing loss. And Coach Neuheisel said, here's a guy who doesn't take no for an answer. He figures out a way to get it done, as we saw in that last touchdown.
Well, Texas didn't hear him coming at all today. And he just ran all over him with good power, good speed.
And UCLA is going to win the game with 27 yards passing today. They had the 267 yards of rushing that we mentioned, 27 passing, under 300 yards of total offense. So they're going to have a convincing win. I don't think UT will be eager to schedule non-conference games with UCLA again anytime soon. Ball kicked around. Oh my goodness. When you think it can't get any worse for the Longhorns, it does.
Now this is one of those Morton Salt days. When it rains, it pours. And it is just pouring on them right now.
Damian Thigpen, I believe, recovered the kickoff to the amazement of that young lady. DJ Monroe couldn't field the kickoff on the bounce. This is one of the longest days of a great coaching career for Mack Brown.
And you know, Sean, film doesn't lie, and it exposes a lot of things. So, and this stuff's going to travel, and so you can be sure that this is the blueprint for how teams are going to play this Texas team. Coach Mack knows it.
Well, UCLA came here in 1997, big underdog, led by Cade McNown, won 66-3, 34-12 today. That's 100-15 in UCLA's 2 visits to Austin. And Rick Neuheisel has a signature win. Their first road win against a top 10 team since 1998. Their first win against any top 10 team since 2007 when they beat Oregon in the Rose Bowl. It was a total team effort. Franklin, Coleman on the ground. Prince managed the game well. Made some big plays, and the defense was stifling, and they were helped a lot by one Texas mistake after another. Here's Heather with Coach Neuheisel.
Good luck next week,
Sean.
boys.
Thank you, Coach Neuheisel. Congratulations on the win. Now, you told your team at halftime, don't hope things happen, make good things happen. How did you get this team to believe?
Well, hope isn't a very good strategy. You know, you have to go out and execute, and we've been through some fire early in the season when we didn't do that very well, and Lord knows we're going to look at the dang film and look at a bunch of things we got to fix, but I'm really proud of the way we came in and didn't just say we're playing a top 10 team, we can't hang. We came in here and said we're going to fight them tooth and nail, and that's a really good football team. It wasn't their day, but that's a really good football team, and I'm just really proud of our program.
And you did it against the #1 rushing defense in the country. How did you expose that Texas defense?
Well, we've got this thing called the pistol. I guess hats to Chris Alt. Yeah. And the kids are buying in, and we're getting better at it. Now we've got to get the throwing game to come along for the ride, and we can be a good football team. But this is one of those wins that guys come to college football to be part of, so I'm really thrilled for them. We've got a lot of work to do, though. We've got to get back into conference race next week against Washington State.
And how does this type of win really help set the tone for the rest of the season?
Well, if we'll use what we did well and make that a standard, we'll never get under again. We'll be fine. But we can't act like we're there yet. We've got lots of work to do. We're really young, but for a night, it's a blast.
We'll let you enjoy tonight, Coach.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, Rick.
Well, they won with 296 yards of offense and only 27 of them through the year. Final score, UCLA 34 and Texas 12. Great matchup tonight. Oregon State and Boise State. Sure you'll be tuned in for that. Now for Matt Millen, Heather Cox, and our entire crew. Sean McDonough saying so long from Austin, Texas, where the Longhorns' 16-game home winning streak has come to an end. Let's get you back to the studio now.
John Saunders here with Jesse Palmer. And Jesse, we talked about it earlier.